What's up, everyone?
Road Diggity Dog, what's up, man? My co-host for the day. Relations and relationships and I think slash K Dot experience. I think we're doing two. My host with the most. I'm your host with the most, DJ K Dot the party. Welcome to the show. There's a lot of stuff we got to talk about today. Also, my co-host, Road Diggity Dog in the building. What's up, Road Dog?
Oh, same old, same old. It's a Monday morning.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful Monday morning. Uh, a lot of people. I got a lot of requests on K Dot. You got to talk about this. So I'm like, all right. I put a video out last night. Um, that's pretty interesting. But before we do that, uh, I'm just gonna talk about the situation a little bit and just to give everybody a little bit more detail on this. And hello, let's shout some people out in the chat. In the chat, let's see, man. We got a lot of people here. Tommy Stock 64. What's up, Nick Turner? Caucasian Sasquatch. What's up, my guy? David Bruce. Heather Holt. Hi, love. How are you? And you are a moderator on my channel now, right? I believe I upgraded you to moderator. Rosie, hey, what's up? It's always a party. And thank you for being the new sub. I appreciate the support. Canada is watching. That's the first guy who actually commented on the video that I posted last night. Stray Dog the Exposer, my guy. Wicked Twin 2, the OG in the building. Cajun Randy 214. Terry, what's up, my guy? Probably one of my number one supporters. Day ones. Never folded, always stayed solid with me, and I appreciate you, Terry. Westside Accountability, what is up? What is up? What is up? Jody, FJ, how you doing? Let's see who else we got in here. Yang Yang News now. What's up? What's up? Big Jers in the building. Okay. Jers, I'm gonna send you the link, by the way. I'm gonna send you the link. In your I'm gonna text it to you, then you can just hop right on, bro. Because we gotta talk about this. This was let's just say the Oscars will never ever be the same. Ever be the same. If y'all don't know, but Toe for Life, what's up, my guy? Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's definitely going to be something else. Definitely something else. So yeah, so we
Did you notice who just snuck in here?
Who?
Mr. Toe for Life.
Yeah, I know, right? That sneaky Samama.
Hey, Jody, the free drinks are that was yesterday.
What happened?
Oh, Jody FJ, he said that I said there was free drinks here. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so something happened last night. Pretty crazy.
Heather Holt saying something about they're talking about taking away his Oscar.
Okay, that's come on, man. That's all right. Well, before we get let's what I'm referring to what happened last night. Will Smith layeth the smacketh down on on Chris Rock last night. And it was pretty. It got pretty crazy because I guess Chris Rock spoke on his wife. Now Jada, I want to be clear. Jada is suffering from a particular disease. Road Dogg, do you know what the disease is?
No, but I can try to find out real quick.
Okay. Yeah. So it's basically hair loss. She's losing her hair, and I think she discussed it a few times on her Red Table Talk. And
I'll believe
and
it. I believe that's pronounced.
there we go. That's all right. Jers, you got the link. I sent you the link if you want to come up. So what happened was she talked about that several times on her Red Table Talk about it as far as her hair loss. And Chris Rock had made a joke. I think it wasn't a great joke, but it was okay joke. It wasn't even that funny really. And he stated, G.I. Jane 2. I think he said, well, first of all, you said, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2 coming out soon. Can't wait to see it. And so Will got pretty pissed off about that. Well, no, actually, Will was laughing.
He was laughing about it.
He was laughing at first. Then he noticed Jada, she wasn't laughing so much. And I don't know. It seemed like she kind of gave him that signal, like, get this motherfucker. And so that's exactly what he did. He walked up. That walk that Will have, man, he got a swag about him. And then slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. It wasn't a punch or anything like that. It was a slap. Okay,
it was a bitch slap.
It was a big slap. Like it was even. I mean, he smacked him so hard. You should have seen Rock's expression. Like, wait a minute, hold on, bro. How you steal my move? Wait a minute. This is why I left the WWE, because of this shit. But without further ado, we're gonna give a backstory because I think people forgot what happened in 2016. Road Dogg, you want to explain that a little bit to him real quick?
Yeah, he was making jokes. 2016. I actually have the video queued up. The Entertainment Tonight kind of did a story on it, where he was making jokes toward her, and it's one of those things where they are actually kind of going back and forth. I've also got queued up where her response was on it. So you want to go ahead and watch that video first?
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch it. Let's give a big a backstory because I think it's been not a melting pot. I think it's been a bit of a situation to where that things were always heated, but it just never got resolved. At least we don't know about it publicly anyway. So let's go ahead and play that. Well, first, before we play it, I want to shout out my brother and also my manager, Jersey in the fucking building. It's all about that South Side, though. We don't, you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that South Side. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and play that video, Road Dogg, and to give people a little bit of a background of what's really going on.
Here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
Chris Rock tackled diversity head on during his opening monologue at the Oscars, delivering jokes that were both hilarious and poignant, like this one, where he called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show.
Is this on a TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad. Her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. She said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. Yeah, you're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
The comedian kept things mostly lighthearted, but ended on a serious note, offering his perspective on the Oscars So White controversy.
So it's not about boycotting anything. It's just we want opportunity. We want the black actors to get the same opportunities as white actors. That's it.
Immediately following the monologue, stars praised Rock on social media, including Amy Schumer, Oprah, and Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay, so that was 2016. Big Jerz, what are you thinking, man? Like, before we play the actual slap video, and I did, and I like to make a disclaimer, I did add a special effect on it, so it really didn't sound like that.
Yeah, we also have the her response to the 2016 video as well.
Yes, we do. So, Big Jerz, what you thinking over there?
So I'm gonna be honest with you about the 2016, right?
Okay.
Jada was wrong. Jada is stupid.
I agree.
Jada is completely idiotic, yo, about this whole situation. Because you know what? White people don't get to complain when they don't get nominated for BET Awards, right? So no. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with the Oscars, right? You don't get to complain if you're not willing to step up and get on one of the committees. The people who are on these committees are not voted in. They step up to be on these committees, right? And then when they get into these committees, they look at the movies that they watch. These are the movies they watch. All this shit that gets nominated for Oscars, you want to know why you don't know the name? Because you don't watch these movies. These movies aren't interesting to you, right? So if you're not willing to be on one of those committees, because Jada was asked to be on the committee and turned it down. She turned it down at least 3 times, right? So if you're not willing to be on the committee, you're not allowed to be upset when your stuff doesn't get nominated. It's not to say all these other movies weren't great. Don't get me wrong. Concussion was amazing.
It was
amazing. And I'm talking from a standpoint from, honestly, Will Smith is literally my favorite actor. Literally. And I like Wild Wild West. I don't care what Chris Rock said. I could watch Wild Wild West right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not willing to step up and be on a committee that is making the votes for who's going to get these nominations and awards, then you don't get to be upset when you're not in those nominations getting those awards.
I have a rebuttal.
You notice she ain't complained about nothing she did because she's never been good enough to get there anyway. But let's be honest, shame wasn't going to get her on any Oscars.
But shade a little bit, okay.
All right. You know what I'm saying? But
that was a little shade, right? Okay.
Hey, honesty is key here. Honesty is key. My thing is though, again, step up or shut up. Those are your options.
I think. Okay, so I have a rebuttal to the Jada situation. Okay, in the 2016, the issue was it wasn't about Will's movie not being nominated or whatever. It was about that particular year. There were no black created movies, platform movies that were really good, and we had quite a bit beside Concussion.
So, but I want you to also
I think she was boycotting because there was no black movies nominated. It wasn't just Will's. So I think so we got to correct that.
But that is the issue though.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this because I don't generalize white people, black people, but predominantly people go to movies that they star in, that their kind of people star in. They watch movies that they star in. They associate movies that looks like them. So again, if you don't step up to say, hey guys, watch this movie. This movie is great. You can't say if these people watch these movies or not, because it's not like they're not giving a list and say, hey, watch all of these movies and tell me how they associate to you. because that's really not what happens. You know what I'm saying? What happens is they make their votes. It's like saying, what's your, you know what I'm saying? It's like, let me sit down with you and be like, yo, who your top 10 lyricists? We ain't gonna have the same top 10 lyricists, but whoever gets the most votes into that top 10 is who's gonna get nominated. Okay. So with that being said, if I walk into a room of people who only watch or listen to country music and be like, yo, let me get your top 10 lyricists. First of all, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, like I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's what it is. So if I say, you know, we walk in and be like, hey, are you guys watching black movies? No, they're not watching black people movies. Listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You know I'm always honest, bro.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch a lot of black people movies. I hate Spike Lee. All of his movies look exactly the same. Like he has 3, maybe 4 movies out of the 175 he's done that I'll watch.
Okay.
He's also a person that you got to realize how much shade do you get seen thrown at people at movies that white people watch. Because Spike Lee talks shit about anything that has to do with Django. And I don't care what you say, Django was great.
Django was great. I like that movie.
But go look and see what Spike Lee got to say about Django. So if he's not
he said the same. Well, he had issues with Tyler Perry and stuff like that too. And
he had a problem with the director, because the N-word was being thrown around and the director that was being used.
Right.
But you know what?
Well, you can't get the authenticity of what happened in that particular area if you don't have them do that. So
exactly. So think about this. He didn't throw that same shade around with The Color Purple.
You're right.
And Color Purple was Steven Spielberg. And the N-word was used all through the movie.
That's fact. That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
I still have an issue with that particular movie, because it does. I'm not saying that shit like that doesn't happen in our community, but what I'm saying, it did depict a false narrative of the stereotype of a black man, as far as the whole Color Purple shit. Like that shit happens all the time, and we not protecting black women. And I think I even made a post on that. As far as just like, well, we got to stop this whole narrative shit.
But the lead role was Oprah. Come on now. The lead role was Oprah. What did you think was going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Of course, Oprah had to you told Harpo beat. You told Harpo beat. It was you had
all my life I had to fight.
You had 2 of the strongest black women being portrayed to the black community in that movie. Of course it's going to be about black women standing up.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Black men, I'm not gonna lie, like it made black men look crazy. It was not in a good light for black men at all. Like we looked very shitty in that movie. And I think they're supposed to be doing either a reboot or a play.
But you know what? Here's the thing though, is it's not. That's just because, and what you don't realize is that there's movies like that where white men look exactly the same. But because it's a movie that you watch, because it's a movie that we get programmed to watch as black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those movies that's on the list that if you don't see it, then people try and pull your black card. Oh, you didn't see The Color Purple? We pulling you. Nah. Like it's not that serious. Don't get me wrong, because I'm a person that watches everything. Everything. One of my favorite movies in trying to see the depiction of people is The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. A lot of people have no idea what that movie is, but that movie was a sleeper in the box office. I promise you.
Okay.
So now think about this, right? So if you sit in everybody on the Oscars list as a black person, what do you think all the movies are gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, they're gonna have Tyler Perry up there for an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I guess what I'm trying to, like, the whole narrative as far as the, and I would have to disagree with you, bro, on the whole, what are the whole BET, or I mean, how many times that we've also gotten to where, okay, well, y'all complain about not being in these particular spaces, create your own space, and so
then
that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We create our own.
I thank you for
we create
bringing
our
that
own
up.
spaces. So it's like, fuck your table. I create my own fucking table.
I love you, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
If that's what you did with the BET Awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up about the Oscars. You've went to your own space. You're doing your own thing in your own space. Why the hell is the Oscars still an issue? Exactly. You created your own space. You segregated yourself away from the Oscars to go back and complain about the Oscars.
Well, we can't say we segregated ourselves. We just created our own.
Segregation.
No, but we had
Black Entertainment Television Awards.
Let's keep it funky. We've had white people on our platforms.
Dude, it's a white person that owns the freaking the company.
I agree. I agree. But what I'm talking about before then, but we still invited white people on our platform. They were welcome to come. It's our platform, but you can't dictate what the fuck we do. I mean, unfortunately now we can't because it's owned by Viacom.
But hold on, listen to what you just said, right? You said we did it. We invited people, but you can't dictate what we do.
So if we run it, it's like somebody coming to your company, or what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody coming in my company and doing nothing. But
right, exactly.
Listen to what you said.
Okay.
You created your own space,
right?
More power. You know what I'm saying? Shine bright. You dictated your own element of what's going on. Okay. And you're going to tell people you can't dictate what I do here. But listen to that same thing is what Jade is trying to do, is go back to the Oscars and dictate what they do. It's the same thing. This is the same exact thing. It's just because it's a reaction to what they had to do, your actions were a reaction. You feel like you still should be able to sit down and take a knee at their stuff. That's fine. If you're going to take a knee, you're not going to show up. Don't show up. But your complaints are null and void. You know what I'm saying? To me personally, just like if any white person stand up and be like, I didn't get a Black Entertainment Television, go your ass over to the Oscars, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the White Entertainment Television Awards right there. Like, dude,
I agree. I mean,
now you know me. I am all about inclusion. I am all about everybody being on the same space, getting the same options, same truth. But if you decide to separate yourself, don't bring your ass back here complaining about my shit.
Okay, well then that's kind of calling the kettle black, because we've had a lot of white people complain about, how dare y'all have y'all own platform and stuff like that too. So
hold on. They're wrong. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a human thing. It's a human thing. If we all just sat down at the table, like look, if I do believe
I'm Martin Luther King Jr. on this one. You know what I'm saying? I prefer us all to be together. But if you decide to separate yourself, stay there. Don't keep coming back trying to pick up off my stuff, talking about I'm not doing for you because you decided to do for yourself. Your own hustler.
It wasn't even. I mean, because shit, we had some of those things. We had to create those platforms because we didn't have the resources to create those platforms. So we had to. We were being not paid fairly. Hell, we weren't even allowed to sit in the Oscars, or we weren't even allowed to have any camera time because we were Black. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, well, goddamn, like what the fuck? Well, I guess we got to create our own shit. I guess, you know what I'm saying?
And you know what? And they did. And I'm gonna tell you this: like, it's not wrong for them to create their own platform to get their own recognition.
Sure,
I'm not complaining about that, not at all. But I'm just saying, look at the system. The same thing I say with the police. Look at the system. Don't just sit there and be like, oh, well, that one person did one thing. No, look at the
system. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
I'm not even saying people wrong. Like, matter of fact, I can bring this into play, and I'm glad I'm able to use this. Have you seen the Kaepernick movie?
Are you talking about the series?
Yeah.
On Netflix? Yeah. Great
dope,
series.
Right? Dope as hell.
Dope. Super dope.
But his adopted mother did not realize how racist his parents didn't realize how racist they came off. May not have been feeling they were racist because they just don't know. And I understand this is 2022 and we've been crying, we've been screaming, we've been protesting, we've been stomping, everything. But people who don't get out of their element still just don't know.
I would agree and then disagree. The reason why I say that is because we also have an element to where that some people just don't. They have the privilege not to give a shit to know.
Yeah, that sounds about white. I've had about white. But
yeah, so no, I'm just saying. I'm just be like, oh, we didn't know this was happening to you, and then they'll be like, okay, well, I'm lying. I just didn't. It didn't affect me.
But you can see, with his parents, like the way he's telling the story, you can see that his parents just didn't understand. Like they just didn't like his hair thing when he was trying to get his hair done, and it just didn't understand. Until she had to take him to, then she had to come up off her high horse. It was like, wait a minute, I can't take him to L'Oreal and get the same thing I'm getting done to my hair.
Right.
Let me take him over to Tasha in the hood and let me go and sit at her house. Like that was a major, major step because she got the chance to understand. Somebody had to say something. So of course, but if you're at the Oscars and you don't walk into the meeting and say, let me make y'all understand after they've invited you umpteen amount of times.
And I didn't know that. So that's new information to me. So
that's why I don't respect her element there. Like I don't respect your protest.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I feel because here's the thing. We're talking about before we get into that, we're gonna watch you got that other clip queued up, Road Dogg?
Yeah, her response.
For the response. I want to bring in my homegirl. We've before we start this video, we got some we got a little bit of
Starbucks. I want some Starbucks. I gotta go make my own Starbucks.
First of all, I want to say this absolutely gorgeous black female on our panel. Colleen, is it that? Am I saying that right?
Kylene.
Okay, Kylene. So we've had our back and forth as far as dating, and but I think she knows I'm a good guy, and she's a good woman, and she also has her own business. I want everybody to check out Lit Tacos. I think usually was it just Saturdays, right?
Yep, just Saturdays.
You wanna put in the plug? Do a close up on her real quick, Road Dogg.
So yeah, come see me, Colfax and Emerson, right by the Wendy's. We got tacos. Yeah.
All right, so
tacos.
You still need to send Road Dogg your information so we can put that in the description or in the comment section, and so people can reach out to you. And she also has her own Facebook page, I think, as far as her business Facebook page. So I think so. The sauce that I had tasted the other day, you should call that the lit sauce, okay? Because that shit was lit in my mouth. Oh my god, it was wonderful.
Everyone talks about how they drink it. I'm like,
shit,
it's pretty good.
Some Kool-Aid, but we're gonna get into the video real quick, and I want everybody's responses, and we'll go in from there. So, Road Dogg, without further ado, sir, go ahead and do your thing.
Smith reacts to Chris Rock calling her out at the Oscars.
We'd love to hear what you have to say about it.
Exactly 1 week after Oscars host Chris Rock called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show during his opening monologue, the actress responded to the comedian's joke, seemingly taking it all in stride.
Hey, look, that comes with the territory, but we got to keep it moving. There's a lot of stuff we got to handle, a lot of stuff going on in our world right now.
Oh, wow.
We got to keep it moving.
E.T. caught up with actress Angela Bassett last week, and she offered her 2 cents on Chris Rock's performance.
I think he did a magnificent job. Yeah, tough position, a tough call, but he was very strong. But, you know, it's strong words that we need to make some kind of change.
He wasn't even afraid to call Jada Pinkett Smith out. Were you surprised by that?
Well, Jada was the spark. You know, she was the spark that got the dialogue going. So, yeah, she can handle it. She can handle herself. She's a tough cookie.
All right, so we're gonna go with ladies first. So we're gonna get your response off of that because we wanted to build that the backstory from 2000. I think that was 2016 on into current of what happened last night. So what is your response on that particular situation where Chris Rock said something about, you know?
Are you talking about what happened last night, right?
No, 2016. So 2016, Chris Rock stated, kind of put a plug on Jada and was just like, well, pretty much like, you remember when Jada had stated everybody boycott the Oscars because there were no black movies being nominated in the show, right? Mm-hmm. And so she said she had a little campaign boycott the Oscars. Rock responded as far as being the opening host, stated that okay, well, nobody gives a shit pretty much about what you say, Jada, because it's like what you saying boycotting the Oscars is like me saying boycott Rihanna's panties. It's you weren't even invited. So what's your response on that?
I mean, I think Chris's response is like he's a comedian, so he's going to say something funny. But what she said was valid, So, and okay. It did bring up the conversation to get people, speaking about it, because maybe everybody else was afraid to speak up. She wasn't, and she stated her claim. Whether she's an actor that's being nominated or not, she watches movies and she can obviously see, it's real. They're not nominating black actors, and not that they're not nominating black actors. Those really good movies, black people aren't even being, considered to play in,
Okay.
Jada ain't never been in a good movie that's gonna be.
Hold on, Jers. Are you finished with your comment?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Jers. Go ahead and rebut. He's like, no. Go ahead and rebut.
Jada ain't never gonna be invited to the Oscars, ever. Listen. So I feel, yes, it should be brought to light that the people who are on these committees are not nominating people of color. Let's put it that way. Let's be real. People of color. But they are also not people the movies with people of color. I don't that's like me saying, you know what I'm saying? That's like somebody coming to me, I'm doing an award show.
You kind of choppy.
Call me on that iPad. That's like me saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Yeah,
I
go
can't
ahead.
hear y'all now. She done messed up my daggone sound. That's like me coming and saying, y'all coming to me and like, yo, why you not nominating Bollywood actors?
Okay.
I don't watch Bollywood movies. How the hell am I supposed to know? You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to nominate anything if I don't watch these movies. But if I say, hey, let me bring in, 12 people to a committee to nominate Bollywood actors, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? Y'all better step up. Y'all better step up for y'all movies. Don't just go to the movies I watch. Okay. But if I nominate you 12, or I bring you 12 in, and I'm like, hey, can y'all please come in, and we want to do some inclusion. We want you to start, you know what I'm saying, nominating these movies, and then the Bollywood actors be like, what does my package look like? What does my little gift bag look like? And it's not good enough for them. Guess what? Now your movies are just not going to be seen because no one knows.
Okay. All right.
No, damn it. Oh, I can't hear nothing. Let me come back in.
So, Miss Kylie, do you have a rebuttal on that, or?
Yeah. So I feel like that didn't even answer the question. So I think that what Jada said in 2016 opened a floodgate for all the Black actors that we see now. Like before, we only used to see Black people play drug dealers, crackhead mamas, and all this shit. Go. And of course, none of that's going to be nominated at the Oscars. We don't have, real good Black people doing regular things in movies. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what she was trying to, voice her opinion on. We're tired of seeing, Black drug dealers, crackheads, horrible fathers, all these bad stereotypes of Black people. Can we just have a movie with just Black people doing regular things?
I would agree. I
know you. I completely agree with that because personally,
I think Denzel should have won an Oscar for Glory. Right. You know what I'm saying? He should have won an Oscar for Glory. But the first Oscar he wins is Training Day.
That's because it was like him, being negative, a bad person, basically.
I'm on a show right
now.
I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear that. That's
I'll talk to you in a minute.
No, I definitely hear what you're saying on that particular part and then Halle Berry, she was nominated in Monster Ball, and she should have been nominated for Saving Elijah. My opinion, but she was.
Go sit down.
It was something else that I don't know. I don't think that was her best picture. I think she's done way more.
But
or even she
hold on. You want to know why she got that nomination?
For Dorothy Dandridge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to know why she got that nomination?
Why did she get that nomination?
Yeah, because they weren't watching the movie because she was in it. They were watching the movie because he was in it. She just happened to be fucking amazing in the movie.
Wait, you're talking about Billy
Bob
Thornton?
Yeah. They were watching the movie because he was in the movie.
Okay.
And then she just happened to be fucking outstanding in the movie. And that's why she got nominated.
When we saying, because I think you put in subliminal, fucking.
No. That's not my thought process. That's not my thought process to it. To be honest with you, and people gonna hate me for this one, but Halle Berry's not that appealing to me. She's really not that appealing to me at all. I know they considered her to be the most beautiful woman in the world at one point in time.
Yeah.
I just don't have that same agreement. Like I'm not the person that's like, ooh, give me some Halle Berry. No, I don't. I could care less.
Okay.
But that was the thought process. Is like Billy Bob Thornton was on a roll. I mean, he was on everything, doing interviews. He was on everything, doing little trailer drops. Everything. So they watched the movie because of Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Black people watch the movie if they watch the movie.
She just happened to be amazing.
No, we watched it because Halle Berry was at that point in time the most beautiful woman in the world. So people watched the movie.
I hear
You
you.
know what I'm saying? So
Halle Berry in the motherfucker too. Like,
it actually goes along with what I'm saying. Like, if this is not a movie, Concussion. Who was in Concussion other than Will Smith that you can even remember? Exactly. So there's no white people for white people to be gripped to watch the movie. So no one watched the fucking movie. So he never got nominated for it. I'm not going to lie. I already know the story. I already know the story of the NFL and the NCAA.
It did pretty good in the box office.
Yeah, because afterwards, look at when those numbers came. It was after. It was an afterthought. Just like I told you with The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas didn't get its award until the year after It
Right.
got it, you know what I'm saying? It came out. So
Right.
it was done. So
Okay.
with Will, so me, I'm not gonna lie. I knew nobody else in Concussion, but I am the hugest. I will watch every Will Smith movie. I watched it because Will Smith was in it, even though I already knew the story of the doctor and how he was affecting the NCAA and the NFL.
NFL,
I
yeah.
already know this story. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just because I'm a documentary watcher. But you know what I'm saying? I watched it because I wanted to see Will Smith's portrayal of it. You know what I'm saying? So I watched it. I thought it was great. It was dope. It was a dope story. It was a dope premise. But I guarantee you this, fuck Concussion. The Pursuit of Happiness.
Happiness was
definitely.
Yes, absolutely. Pursuit of Happiness.
Him and his son should have walked
Should have
away
got an
with all
Oscar
the
for that.
awards.
That should
Every
have been
one of
Oscar
them.
worthy. Yeah.
So if you're gonna complain about something, let's complain about the rightness.
Well, no,
You know
that's
what
why.
I'm saying?
That's why I said I think Denzel should have got an Oscar in Glory. He should have got an Oscar in Malcolm X. He should.
Jamie Foxx should have got one for the Solo.
I agree, 100%, 100%.
But you can't tell me to nominate a movie I would never watch.
Okay.
Like,
right.
How many? Like, have you seen Vanilla Sky?
Vanilla Sky, yes, I did with Tom Cruise,
and it was a great movie, right?
It was
different. It was
different. There we go.
Now, if you go, you know what Vanilla Sky is? It was the same type of imagery as Us. That's what it was, right? It was just that depiction of it. So if you watch Vanilla Sky, it didn't get any awards, but the movie, if you look at it, was dope. If you pay attention to it, it was dope. It was the frailty of a man's ego being portrayed on his face. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy dope, right?
You're right.
Didn't get nominated because people wouldn't watch that type of movie.
Okay. Road Dogg.
Now, and I apologize. One quick thing.
Okay, go ahead.
You want to know what that was? That wasn't black. That wasn't white. That was people not wanting to see how fragile a man can be when it comes to his mental health and his mental well-being. Nobody wanted to see that.
But Joker,
I watched it because I went to
didn't
therapy.
Joker win an Oscar?
Huh?
Didn't Joker win an Oscar?
Nobody won an Oscar for Vanilla Sky. As a matter of fact,
not Vanilla. I'm talking about.
You're
talking about mental health and all those type of things. I think Joker.
It might have because now that's a big thing. Mental health is a big thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the sign of the times and what's going on, and how people look at it.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? If we're watching a movie where a woman gets beat and nobody wants to see that element of it, you won't know that it's a good movie because you don't want to see that this is what's happening in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My bad. Go ahead, Road Dogg.
Road Dogg, what do you think, man? I think Eliza's in the basement too. So.
Yeah, I got her.
What? Hey, Eliza.
You guys get to see me in my naturalist form of just waking up after waking up and going back to sleep. So when I say I woke up like this, literally, I woke up like this.
Here we go. Here we go.
I got woke up the same exact way. I think my eyes were open 2 minutes and K-Dot was blowing my phone up. Dude, we need to go live.
I got to meet last night too, and then I was just like, yeah.
Okay. So what we gonna do, Road Dogg? We're gonna actually get to the nitty gritty. We're gonna get to why this man felt disrespected, and we're Kylie, can you hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we're gonna have everybody's reactions. We're gonna give 2 minutes to everybody to have their own reaction. You got that time ready?
Because I came in. He always saying 2 minutes because I officially came up on here because y'all was doing just fine.
It was 1 minute when you came on here. I'm just playing. I love you. I love you, girl. I love you. No, I love you. But no, we're gonna get 2 minutes, but we're gonna have and then obviously everybody gets 2 minutes to respond. I think I'm going to go last. So, but here we go with the video. And without further ado, this is why we're here.
And K-Dot, kind of work on your mic. Just got a message saying you're popping a little bit. I'm not really hearing it, but
okay,
popping just a little bit while we play the video. Go ahead and get that straightened out.
Okay.
I'm sure this is going to be the most popular Oscars ever.
I love the part where it said King Lear don't got nothing on me.
Gotta watch out what you say about people's wives.
Y'all gotta see it. It's really good. You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Nick wife's name out your fucking mouth. Wow, dude. Yeah. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out for best documentary. Now, the beauty of documentaries, so they make you, when you watch one, you feel smart. Like you watched them, like you read a book or something. But all you really did was get high and watch Netflix. So here we go.
Okay. Is my mic ringing at all by any chance?
Yeah, it still is. Yeah.
Still. All right.
It's not bad. It's just popping.
All right, I'm gonna take this.
I mean, not like us, because
that was all the way bad. Whatever you just did made it better. We can't. You're muted.
Good. Stay muted, K-Dot. I'm just teasing.
You stay muted. I'll get the final thought.
She got jokes today. She got jokes today. Okay.
It's okay. You're not gonna do is sit there and try to put your hands on me like him. I know that. So come, baby, I'm feeling all kinds of funny.
See, she's trying to put past that color purple shit. It's okay. It's Monday. I'll let that slide. It's Monday. It's all right.
Hey, K-Dot.
Queen,
I'm ready. We got the
flow. Queen, we gonna have you go first, Eliza, with your response on this.
Well, thank you for replaying the clip. Wow. Honestly, am I wrong if I say part of that was staged?
I want you to say whatever's on your heart.
Honestly, I think he's doing too much. And I say that because, okay, she was naturally irritated with it. Okay, cool. It is, whatever. And I understand he was sitting here and trying to defend his wife, but all that extra shit, he ain't had to sit there and do all that. That literally reminded me of the fucking time that Kanye sat there and went up there with Taylor Swift and was like, yeah, but I think Beyonce, yada, 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 yada. Like,
and can we talk about that? Hold on. I want to talk about that later with you.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. But for me, honestly, that looked like it was a whole lot of extra because, bruh, at the end of the day, it supposedly his entire life. This is pre-married, married, whatever the fuck they're doing now, whatever. Cause look, I wouldn't fuck either one of them. I wouldn't. So I mean,
so do you feel like he was wrong for hitting her? Or?
Honestly, okay. I think that was fake. Now, if I really felt that it was real, what I sit there and
say, effect, by the way, it was a sound effect. It wasn't really slap. I had to add the extra to it. So I'm sorry.
But as far as if it were real, hypothetically, honestly, I would have sat there and said, these motherfuckers got money. He could have already sat there and went up there and been like, look, hey, we've been friends for a minute because they've known each other for years. Hey, whenever we go up here, hey, look, she ain't feeling all that. Even though I think it's funny, just leave her name out your mouth, bro. Just not, you know what I mean? And they could have, and honestly, he could have sat there and made up many jokes beyond that shit. I don't understand why they feel like for entertainment, we as a society have to sit there and see more violent shit, especially more Black violent shit. When once again, I think that's just adding to a negative fucking narrative of how the fuck we're looked at.
Okay.
I don't think the shit was real. I really don't think the shit was appropriate, not for real.
Okay. Kylene, we want your response with how do you feel about the situation? Break it down.
Well, I feel like everyone's feelings are valid. So if he felt like he needed to get up and smack him, that's how he felt. If you watch it, he was originally laughing, and when he looked over at his wife, he saw how just you could see the hurt in her face. And she was probably the only one who didn't think it was funny. So he corrected his wrong because he was laughing and walked up on the stage. And to me, that's like the classiest way to smack somebody. Like he smacked him with his pinky finger up because that was some classy shit. He didn't it wasn't a big old hoopah holla acting like a ghetto monkey or anything like that. No, he went up there, slapped him, sat back down, keep my wife's name out your mouth, all right, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you it made Jada feel a lot better. Now, fuck what we think. Jada felt better, and she felt protected by her man. So, what can we really say about that? What can we say? It really doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Jers.
Road dog, go first. Go before me, road dog.
He's over there getting his
mind ready. Be like, yo. Well, go ahead.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead. Road dog.
A lot of people know I have worked in the movie industry. I have been on sets with Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, Will Smith would give him a beatdown he'll never forget. Will Smith's a tough little dude. He's not really little, but you know what I'm saying. Chris Rock would get a beatdown of his life, and I think that's the reason why he reacted the way he did. They have worked on sets together. I feel what he did was wrong by slapping him the way he did, but at the same time, he's defended the honor of his woman. But I don't think the violence was what was needed. I feel what he should have done was yelled from where he was sitting, or even walked up on stage and called him out, saying, "Keep my wife's name out of your face, out of your mouth. Let's be real." The violent part of it didn't have to happen. The Chris Rock thing, it was an obvious dig at what happened in 2016. He knew it was going to get under her skin, and that's why he did it. That's Chris Rock. That's just the way he is. Will Smith is very professional on the sets. Yeah, he does joke and he is a lot of fun, but Chris Rock is opposite. On the sets, he is like the class clown. That's what you and I were talking about, K-Dot. He's like the class clown. He is funny. He isn't, I'm not going to say he's not professional, but he's not really professional on sets either.
Well, he's a comedian. Everything is fair game. And I think that's different from whenever you're an actor or something like that. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Listening.
But no, it's one of those things. I don't feel the violence needed to happen. But at the same time, Chris Rock knew it was going to get a reaction out of her, and that's why he did it.
He got it.
I mean, he slapped him like that.
I mean, he slapped him like a bitch, flat out. That was a flat out bitch slap.
Yeah.
My thing is the whole reason that I feel like it was a ruse is because, bro, how would you know when to put in sound effects or was the sound different? Because I didn't see the actual incident.
No, I put a sound effect. I just to make it a little.
No, it was real. I think it was a real slap. I think
No, it wasn't a real slap. I just put a sound effect in it. When I edited the video, I put a sound effect in it.
If he was light skinned, you would have saw it.
But hang on, I want to point out something.
And no, if he was light skinned, he would have turned red. I swear, he's too black to blush. So
here's
well, I'm gonna say this: that is the benefit of being a heavily melanated person. I'm just saying, shit. From personal experience.
I want to point something out. If you notice, when he walked up, Chris Rock leaned toward where he was going to get slapped. That's why I'm still kind of wondering if part of it wasn't a ruse.
No, he thought he was getting a hug and he got slapped.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jers. I want your comment on this. Thank you, Road Dog.
Hold on, K-Dot. The reason I asked that if it was real, because like I said, I didn't see it. So if it's not like sound effects in there,
I put the sound effects in there. That's what I'm saying.
I know we got that now. But that's the part that made my brain sit there and automatically say, "Oh, this is fake." If the actual incident didn't have the sound effects, and he sat there and had Jesus, look, he refound God that moment.
Oh yeah, he found God.
The creation was slapped either in or out, and they had to make a cycle. Baby, I would have had a completely different response.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, baby, I mean, once again, I feel like he could have sat there and been like, "Hey, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." And as black folk, we already know that's going to insinuate to violence if you persist in what you were doing. Okay. You usually do not sit there and slap the heaven and the hell both out somebody else so it can recycle, they can rethink life decisions. Because that's what the fuck happened. Like, this dude looked like he sat there and shook and was reconsidering smoking when he was 14 type shit. And this man's all the way grown, okay?
Liza, we got to let Jers go because he didn't get to respond. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Lord Jesus.
Let me go
ahead, Jers.
As a person who knows Will Smith personally, I've met him, yes. We all know that Will Smith ain't that confrontational. Don't get me wrong. He can take it there. If he wants to, he works out, he does his little thing, but he's not that confrontational. He would have said something on the back end. He would have got you kicked off a movie, a show. Ask Aunt Viv. You know what I'm saying? We know what he would have done. So I do feel like it was a joke. I really feel like that was some shit they set up. Plus, if you see when he's saying, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth," he's holding the smile in. He's holding it in. Real fucking tight. Yeah, right. And he's being extra. Personally, you know, I find it amusing. I find the whole situation amusing. And you want to know what it does? I'm gonna explain to you what it does. What the fuck are we doing right now? We're talking about it. We are giving it life. We are pushing it around. We are making it relevant for the Oscars. Now, let's address it. Let's address it if it were real. If it was real, we rolling around on the stage. I don't give a fuck who you is. Second of all, yes. Now, comedy is comedy. Everything is attacked in comedy. Everything. We saw with Dave Chappelle and how he reacted with the trans comments.
Yeah.
Everything is on the table. Now, don't get me wrong. She feels really, really sensitive about the fact that she has alopecia, right? And that's what's wrong with her head. That's where she lost all her hair. That's the whole problem. It's a sensitive subject.
Okay.
So the fuck what? You was boycotting the Oscars. You should have kept boycotting because that's what the fucking I'm gonna come for you. Now, if Will Smith did seriously go, ha ha ha, looked and was like, fuck, this bitch is tripping. Let me excuse my language because you know that's what I would have said.
See a bitch, keep going.
You know what I'm saying? This bitch is tripping. I gotta do something. I got this gangster ass Bel Air can't come out. I'm gonna have to step up and slap a nigga. That I gotta be Jeffrey in the show.
Okay.
He walks up there, puts one on his cheek, turns around, fixes his suit, puts his hand in his pocket, had no worries. Now, on real G shit, would you care what Chris? I feel like I could smack Chris Rock and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. So, no. First of all, I don't feel like it was a real thing. We're giving it life by talking about it. Cool, we still talking about it.
Okay.
I just don't feel like it's a big issue. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If Jada was really hurt about her lack of patchy hair being there, then you know what I'm saying? Maybe she should have walked up and slapped him. Now that would have been even funnier to me. You know what I'm saying? But Will has to be a man and protect his wife. His wife's image, his wife's heart, his wife's feelings, his wife's everything. And I am so glad nobody on this panel brought up August. That's all.
We didn't get to me yet. We didn't get to me yet.
Hold on. And before you even get to it, K-Dot?
Yeah, because I got a lot to say.
Hold on. Before you even get to it, before you say he should have slapped August, no, he shouldn't have. He should have slapped. Hold on. He should have slapped Jada. August August don't owe him no loyalty. His wife owes him loyalty.
Thank you. 100%.
Okay. So I'm going to respond. So my whole situation, we just going to call it real. Okay, we just going to say it's real. Okay.
Hold on, let me get my ponytail out. I'm gonna get my Vaseline too, because I feel like I'm gonna have to fight you.
We gonna say it's real, because I thought it was real. And the thing was, the whole thing was sad. I feel the whole thing was sad. Why are you violent, Eliza? Why you gotta be so violent? What's going on?
Violence is comedy.
Why do you think I got a foxhole behind my desk?
Well, I mean, shit, I'm gonna say something.
Violence is comedy.
So what it is. So my response to it is, look, it was all bad, because at the end of the day, I don't think it was worth a slap on national TV. Because first of all, you got to understand, Will, you are OG in this game. This is you have to understand. You have to understand. You have to care about the male black image. The male black image. And you slapped your old boy Chris Rock, and now people are having a conversation to where that, oh well, shit, that was the most blackest Oscars ever, and which I absolutely disagree with, because now you're correlating violence with blackness, which is not fucking cool at all. I don't agree with that statement at all. But
K-Dot,
can
I ask you a question?
One quick, let me finish my thought, because I'm gonna forget. The thing is, if I was Will Smith, I would have had a private conversation with Chris Rock immediately, and I would have had him, look, man, you disrespected my wife, not okay. You disrespected her publicly, and she felt some type of way. First of all, did you know about her disease? Because she spoke about it multiple times on Red Table Talk, and other people were talking about it as far as her hair. You out of pocket. Yes, you did. Then you need to make a public apology for that shit. You know what I'm saying? If we're friends, especially if we've been friends in the industry for shit, not only that, but you said some other shit that correlated. And I have other issues with you with the shit that you said about her in 2016 or whatever. You're gonna have to fix that shit. I would appreciate it, as my brother, the fellow brother, doing that, and to where it still and correlates that black men can have a disagreement, or we can have a situation without having to putting hands on each other. And at the end of the day, he would at least been given the opportunity to make a public apology to Jada for his statement. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I went too far. My bad. Maybe the joke was tasteless. My bad. But without fucking up a little bit of the male black image as far as that, we can't go to nice events without us
fucking it up. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna use this shit against us now.
Oh yes.
So, not only that, but there's other young black men who
are new to the game.
Trying to get in the game, and then now what I'm saying, they're gonna look at us an even more different way. Well, shit, Will Smith, Willie Will, Big Willie, he's slapping the shit out of people. We can't even invite. We can't even have. We can't even have that. We can't even have that situation. We can't even have that particular platform. And not only that, let's get on Jada's ass. How many times has she fucking disrespected Will Smith in public? Multiple times. So hell no, I'm not getting the fuck up and fucking slapping the shit out of risking my goddamn career. And not only that, I can still protect you, but there's a different way that I can still protect you and still honor you without disrespecting my male black image and the people that are behind me that I want to succeed as far as their male blackness or even black female, just the black image, period. I don't have to degrade myself slapping another black man. And at the end of the day, the person who really wins out of all this shit is Chris Rock, because he gonna just make another next comedy special. He probably gonna talk about this, the same thing that Jamie Foxx did with LL Cool J when LL Cool J he said he got hit so hard he knocked him out into another damn movie. You know what I'm saying? That's right there. Go ahead.
Two things, honey. One, if you don't have the dog,
because Jersey had a question for me.
Go ahead. Hold on. I just want to sit there and say this one thing. Next time, if you're gonna give my black ass 2 minutes, you better take 2 minutes yourself. Boy, that was a whole damn speech that took like 35 minutes.
I don't give a shit. I'm a host of the show. Anyway,
no, motherfucker, it don't work like that if I can't do that on my shit. Hold on. That it don't work like that. If I can't do that on my shit, my nigga, you can't do it either. Hold on.
Yeah, the fuck you do. Jersey, go ahead.
So if I walk up, if you standing there with your moms, right, and I walk up and I talk about her cancer and I make jokes in her face and she gets salty, what is your first reaction?
I'm defending my mom, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all do realize Will Smith from the projects, right?
Yeah, he from the I West Philly.
You know what I'm
I'm from Jersey. I'm like
from the dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like the dirty parts of South Philly. All them nice suits and good movies and shit. That shit steps to the side when some shit steps up.
Okay.
Me personally, love. I love my moms. I love any woman that I decide to put my backing behind. I love my children.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up and you wake up and choose violence that morning. I'm choosing violence that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I chose violence today.
So
because you violent.
and K-Dot, if it was a white man, should he have made the same gesture?
I understand exactly where you're coming from.
That's a great question. If the comedian was white, would Will have that same?
That's not what my question was. Nope, not at all.
Okay. All right.
If he was a white man, should his gesture have still been to walk up and talk to him nicely?
Say that one more time.
Should his gesture have been to walk up and talk to him nicely?
I didn't say anything about talking nicely.
That's what you said. He should have walked up to Chris Rock and talked to this man.
Listen.
Hold on. When I say nicely, I mean calm. And when I say nicely, I mean calm, cool, and collected.
No, who said I mean, hell.
So he should have walked up. So he should have walked up and gave him some aggression verbally.
No, what I'm saying is
that's
I'm
still
talking
angry
about,
black man.
No, not in front of the thing. I'm talking about when they go to a commercial break. When the
hold on.
Now I'm gonna have more time.
Why is Will Smith wrong if Chris Rock
I didn't say he was wrong. I said if I were Will Smith, I wouldn't have handled it like that. But still protecting the male black image to where that I don't look crazy on TV. And I understand he's human. I understand that, and I get that. I totally understand that. You can see the hurt in his face. Even when he
and you know he's still harboring hurt from all the jokes.
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is that, okay, I'll give you an example. We talk about it here all the time. It's the First Amendment, right? So if I'm, I talk crazy to cops all day, right? If a cop were to beat the shit out of me, right? Just because of what I said, I didn't say anything threatening to him. I just made a joke like Chris Rock, and the cop slapped the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Is that equal? Uses of force? No, it's not.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Police are not allowed to do what they want to. But if you walk up on me and talk to me the way you talk to police, all of these going across your face, every single one of them. You know, I check you every time I'm watching the videos and you start cussing them out and talking about them. I'm like, whoa. Just calm down a little bit. Because I know if it were me on the other side of that,
but you got used to it.
You would have seen me unbuttoning my little This motherfucker, all this shit coming. We going outside.
Actually, I do remember there was one cop that this dude was sitting there talking cash shit. He said, take off that uniform. He said, hold up, homie. He said, shit, you ain't said nothing but a fucking word. Sat there and took that motherfucker off, took his gun off, took his badge off. He's like, all right, my nigga, what's up? And sat there and straight went fisticuffs. Now, mind you, that cop beat the brakes. Look, he beat the brakes.
Was it a black cop? It was a black cop, right?
Yes.
Did he have a bald head or something like that,
something like that.
I think he was a Dominican cop. I think that's what he was. He was Dominican.
No, there was one that was a Mexican dude, and then there was one that was a black cop. I'm talking about the black cop beat the dog shit out this dude, and then put his shit right back the fuck on, and was like, he said, what we not gonna do is sit there and act like I'm not from here. Like I ain't sat there and grew up on these streets. Like I'm somebody different just because I wear this uniform. Look, you gonna respect me then, you gonna respect me. You respected me then, you gonna respect me now. And I'm not even gonna lie. I had nothing but full fucking fledged respect for that dude, because at the end of the day, he didn't have to do that. He could have been like some of these other motherfuckers, sit there and just pull out his gun and sit there and say, pop, problem solved. But you know what? He took that shit to a way we can understand that shit. Now, I said that to say this.
Okay.
At the end of the day, whenever it comes to Will Smith, first of all, I'm not a fan of Will Smith at all. I'm not even a fan of Jada anymore. And it could be because of what happened between the relationship with August Alsina and Jada. Okay. It could not. At the end of the day, I feel like whenever you were so willing to sit there and put on a show for the Caucasian people, but then whenever you're referring to us on the side or on the under or on the low, you now refer to us as dogs, but the doghouse is where you came from. I got a problem with that. I'm not sitting there saying that you got to acknowledge everybody, blah, 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 blah. But what I'm saying is you don't shit where you used to eat, if that makes sense. Okay. And I understand that, they are at a certain status now. I do. And I'm very, at the point, I was very, very proud of him. I watched damn near every fucking Will Smith movie. Shit. One of my favorite movies was Demon Knight, where it was motherfucking Mrs. Pink. Jada was the star of that movie. Everybody in the scene set it off. You know what I mean? Like, I can honestly go on and on. But whenever you sat there and did that, or whenever y'all was sitting there and talking about y'all shit with August Alsina, mind you, that we would not know about had y'all not sat there and had that shit on, public knowledge, or sat there and did that shit on your own social media. And then you sit there and
hold on. August Alsina dropped all that information. He's the one to put it in the public eye.
Okay, sweetheart. Hold on. Before you say any of that, I used to sit there and have Jada on my Instagram and on my Twitter. Baby, when August was in there walking around in the back, she could have easily sat there and did like this and sat there.
No, I'm not saying it's not completely wrong. Like I don't respect the whole situation, even if it was a situation.
I'm not even gonna sit there and talk about that whole situation. I just mean like some of that little bit of shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Come on now. We know that if we sit here and saying some young thing sitting here walking in the back of her tattooed up motherfucking boxes. First of all, that ain't your kid. Secondly, that ain't your man. Why the fuck is this man walking around in boxers? And them shits is cutting pretty low. Okay? So, and then you as a woman, period. I don't give a fuck if y'all smashing, that's y'all kid's friend, whatever the fuck. It is supposed to be your job to sit there and put boundaries in your house to where there is not another man walking around half naked in your shit. And if there's another man walking around half naked in your shit, this before they sat there and even disclosed their fucking relationship. Because shit, we didn't even see who the face was until 2 or 3 weeks later, and she starts showing her face and sitting here and glowing like she just got some motherfucking good. And I'm not talking about praise and worship, hallelujah.
And Eliza, I think didn't she invite him to a award show and Will Smith was not present or something to that effect?
Because prior to that, the story is that they've had an open relationship their whole.
Yeah. So why is everybody talking about August?
So it doesn't.
It was speculated. It was speculated. It was alleged.
But it was never denied neither. You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is,
no, it was denied. It was denied.
By who?
Hold on.
I will on Red Table Talk.
No, it wasn't.
He said
because Will Smith.
He said he was just like, man, they be saying that we have an open relationship, which
I
is
didn't
not
see
true.
that episode.
And he did say that on
because Will went to the award show with the Puerto Rican chick. So no. You know what I'm saying? No, they had an open relationship.
Yeah, they both confirmed that they agreed.
But I'm saying what I'm talking about on Red Table Talk, they actually they stated out of both of them it was like when they did the 2-part episode of
baby, hold on, bruh. I'm gonna shut up real quick. I just want to sit there and say this. As far as the Red Table Talk, baby, all that shit is yah. They did that shit straight for save face. Because at the end of the day, because they were sitting there saying a whole lot of shit that didn't make sense.
Okay.
Sitting there talking about, okay, so you know what, we allowed this shit, then we didn't allow this shit, then we were open relationship, then we're not an open relationship.
Right.
Then, come on, they was bipolar as fuck. So as far as that, I literally feel like they only did that shit to literally confuse people once again and to sit there and keep people talking about them. But as far as this shit right here, whenever it's going to her hair or whatever like that, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. I mean, I really don't think it was him sitting there protecting his woman, because at the end of the day, he could have sat there and said that without it getting violent if it was really that deep. He would not have sat there and physically got physical first. And then that's some let's be honest, that's some white people movie type shit. That ain't real life, because real life, you're going to get that one warning. We going to watch your response. And depending on your response, as far as that's where that whole saying on site come on. As far as we concerned, we didn't already said what the fuck we had to say. We didn't already had all the communication we need to have. It's on site. So whenever it comes to that, I feel like that's one of the reasons I sat there and I feel like that was kind of a setup, made up type of thing.
So
hold on,
Jerry.
Real quick. Kylie, respond to that. Do you have a response to
that? What?
What Eliza just said.
Oh yeah. So like, what him protecting Jada or what?
As far as
he cut me off when I was getting to that part of it, but
go ahead.
I'm like, finished. So I'm like,
I thought you were finished. I was trying to get in there. I didn't know. It's like jump rope with your ass. Like
Will is just setting up his next Oscar. That's all he's trying to get his.
And that's how I feel too. That's why I was sitting there saying I really don't feel like it was him for sitting there and protecting her at all, because for real, if it came to him sitting there trying to have an image of a black man that's protecting his wife, bruh. You literally was just crying on some shit. You sat there and let this woman ring you through the motherfucking muck. She sat there and wrung another man through the muck. You could have all that time when honestly you was still in the motherfucking limelight and setting up for your next Oscar. You could have sat there and 1, blackballed him, and then 2, set that shit up to where, you know what, as a man, I'm going to sit there and, take ownership, whatever. And then I'm going to protect my wife and her image. And he could have even said as much. So then whenever he decided to do this, well, you know what? That's Will Smith. He already sat there and said that he going to protect his wife and protect his image. So Chris Rock should have already expected that. You know what I mean? He could have sat there and set that shit up. Now it looked like, it looked like this is his way of sitting there. And mind you, they're smart. They're smart as fuck. They've been in the industry for a long ass time. They already know that this is literally just the rules to sit there and get people fucking talking. Because once they sit there and start talking, being that people that have short attention spans, now let's go ahead and see what kind of person this is. Let's dig up old shit. Then let's dig up old movies. Then let's dig up old songs. You know what I mean? It's the rules. We already understand how the fucking shit works. I don't think he really did that sitting there respecting this woman. I think he sat there and used her further as a ploy to sit there and do all this shit. I think that's what it was. I don't think he had no respect for her. I really don't.
All right, Colleen, go ahead and respond.
Laughing at the shit. If you had real respect, you wouldn't have even been laughing. Let's be real.
To be honest with you,
to cover your mouth or something. You wouldn't have been fucking laughing.
All right, Colleen, go ahead.
If that was a setup,
go ahead and respond to that, Colleen.
I think Will was laughing because it was a joke, but once he seen his wife's face, that's when he had to correct it in the moment, and I think that's why he did that in the moment to make a statement. It wasn't just like, it wasn't about his image. Like, you guys act like black people don't have feelings. Just because we're black, it doesn't mean we don't feel angry. Doesn't mean we don't feel embarrassed. And I understand we have an image to uphold, but that kind of reminds me of like when I work in corporate. I can't have a bad day. Me having a bad day doesn't mean I'm an angry black woman. It means like maybe I'm just having a bad day. Tomorrow may be better. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hold how Will Smith acted, to the whole black race. You know what I'm saying? Because none of us has been through that. Have you sat down at an Oscar award ceremony with your wife and she was publicly? Have you ever been in that situation? No, you haven't. It's so easy to say what you would and would not do when you haven't been in that situation. And then another thing, like with their marriage and their relationship is theirs. It doesn't need to make sense to us. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're rocking with each other, what the hell do they really need to explain to us? They're financially stable. Their kids are great. What do they need to explain to us? Like nothing.
So I can answer that question for you. It wasn't an Oscar platform, but I used to be married, and a friend of mine who is a comedian, who had made a meme of my wife on social media, and put a donkey next to her face, the donkey from Shrek, and then my wife's face, and because she was laughing. And and then compared her to a fucking donkey, and I checked him on it. I checked him
as you should. I would have checked him.
But I didn't slap the shit out of him. I was just like, first of all, he's my friend, and I also have to put in the correlation. He's a comedian. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it was on fucking social media. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is embarrassing. I'm gonna protect my wife, and I told him, like, look, yo, that shit wasn't cool. That shit was not all right. That shit is not okay with me, man. You gotta fucking apologize.
Did you laugh at it? Huh? Did you laugh at it? Was it funny to you?
Laugh at it at fucking all. I was pissed.
Exactly. And I mean, my beautiful queen up here, girl, look, I'm on my phone. I ain't gonna lie, honey, you look good as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. Look, I'm an equal opportunity. When there's beauty, I acknowledge beauty. It don't matter what your parts are and what your pronouns are. I don't care. So hey, boo, how you doing? I'm also gonna say I just want to sit there and respond by sitting there saying one thing. We cannot forget that both of them are actors. Literally, that's their job. And a lot of times whenever it comes to acting or portraying a certain projection, that's literally their art. They have been in it for 10 plus years. And, they sit there and they say after you've done something for over 1,000 hours, you are.
It is who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we cannot take out of this that they are both actors. Now, you know what? One thing I will agree with 100% through and through that you said is at the end of the day, this is them. We can't, who the fuck are we to sit there and try to dictate anything they got going on, how they responded, how they handle any kind of situation. You know what I mean? We know what? It could have been that they had a bad day. It could have been that they was sitting there and, faking the funk. It could have been that, shit, he slipped up, didn't realize, okay, well, you know what? It ain't as funny as I thought it was. But then, it also could have been, oh shit, that was funny, but okay, this is my cue now. Let me go ahead and do yada, yada, yada. It could have been anything. At the end of the day, those two are the only people, well, those three, because I really think Chris Rock was in on it. I think that Will was in on it.
Okay.
And if Will on it,
So,
Jada
so I also,
on it.
so Jers, I'm gonna start with you on this particular question. There was a response from their son, Jaden, and he has stated this.
He said that's how we do.
What is your response to that? And I'm gonna go with you first.
I don't know if I need to have a response for that one. If that's what they do, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm from the same similar era and area that they are from. Me and Will Smith are very close in age. We ain't that close, but we are very close in age.
Okay.
If his son, if I do something, I know I'm gonna see my son on the background going, "That's what I'm talking about, Dad. That's how you handle shit." You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a setup or not, that's how that's gonna happen.
Right.
Personally, you know what I'm saying? You know, with all the bad press that Jaden has had, you know what I'm saying? This is him going, all right, well, let me say something that might sound masculine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might come off masculine. Listen, personally, in all real shit, all real love, all real aspects of life, this ain't that big. This ain't big enough for the world to be circulating around it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Kate, I'm planning to go to Ghana in January, just so you know if you want to come and pull up. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't that big. A man walked up, slapped another man with his pinky up. He gave him that, you know what I'm saying, that pimp hand of the year award.
Oh man, that was
to the face. You know what I'm saying? He gave him a pootie tang. You know what I'm saying? He hit him with the pootie tang. So it's really not that important. It's not. I don't care who it is. If it would have been Barack Obama walking up and slapping,
that probably would have been funnier. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have found it just as funny. Again, I told you, comedy has no restrictions. I crack jokes about black people, white people, Puerto Rican, Indian, everything. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a boundary. Now, with that being said, as a man, I also understand that freedom of speech does not mean freedom of repercussions of said speech.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So the people who need not ever care about this is people who get mad and fight over the N-word. If you get mad and fight over the N-word, you shouldn't care what Will Smith just did. You know what I'm saying? Because to him, that's the N-word. You just talked about my wife, blah, 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 blah. I personally don't like Jada. I don't think I ever did. I've never been a fan of Jada. But then again, the people I like the most, I don't usually like their wives. Jay-Z. I don't like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Did you like her before she was with Jay-Z?
I've never liked Beyonce. I'm gonna put it to you like this. You know how I am with Jay, right? Yeah. I have every Jay-Z song, every Jay-Z album in every Jay-Z form.
Literally, hold on. I'm gonna sit there and say this. All you did was sit there and get other rappers just in one. Jay-Z ain't shit but like a motherfucking Sam's Club. He sit there and be taking from fucking pop or what the fuck Big Pop. He was sitting there taking from B Smalls. He was taking from other rappers. All he did was sit there and literally redo that shit and then put it with his name on it.
But what rappers after Jay-Z didn't do that? Yeah. So with that being said,
there was a couple that didn't do that. I mean,
Gemstones the only one. But with that being said, I am the biggest Jay-Z fan. I have the Black Album in 7 different forms. You know what I'm saying? The Black Album, all of them. I got every Jay-Z album, but every song that Jay-Z has done that Beyonce is on, I can't listen to. I just can't. I don't like her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Rihanna fan. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? And I know what my issue is with her. It's not a bad issue. It's just that I don't associate with her. Okay. So I'm not a fan of Jada's. I'm not a fan of the things that Jada has done or whether she was trying to put it out in front line or not. I don't personally care, but this is their personal lives. This is Wendy Williams and Method Man all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what your life is. What is your next project? You know what I'm saying? I got enough shit going on around this house right here than to be worried about what the fuck is going on in your house? I know at least
I just, I'm just responding to the people. The people wanted me to respond to it.
And I understand. I know at least 4 people with alopecia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know people running around here with lupus that all used to live in Montbello. Just so happens they used to live in the same area of Montbello. They all got lupus. I don't care that she has alopecia. I don't care enough about their situation to actually try and hold anybody down for their situation. I couldn't care less.
Okay.
Now, I do find it amusing and entertaining that Chris Rock got slapped. Not the hugest Chris Rock comedy fan in the first place. But now let's address it. If it were real, if it were a real situation, and you decided to make fun of my wife's illness, her sickness, her, something that could, it doesn't shorten every life, but could shorten her life.
Okay.
And her feelings are genuinely hurt. I don't believe. You know what I'm saying? And her feelings are genuinely hurt.
Okay.
Such don't have feelings. Go ahead.
I don't care where we are. As a man, if I decide to handle it with my hands, or if I decide to handle it verbally, either you step up or you shut up. Those are your options. You know what I'm saying? Like if I decide to, he didn't punch him. He didn't knock him off his feet.
He slapped him.
He gave him a 5 across the eyes. Now,
the
only part that made me almost think it was real, but Chris Rock is a good actor, is that stuttering at the end, like,
right, and that's the part that honestly told me that it was fake.
He looked over at the producer like, that shit really hurt, nigga.
He said he just
nigga, we practiced this. We practiced it, and he hit it real. Like
but Jared, the thing was, I think what made it so funny because he said Will Smith slapped the shit out of me, like because Will Smith is not known for being confrontational. It's not
No. That is a complete and utter farce.
But hold on.
Will Smith is not known for being confrontational publicly. Because if you go to South Philly and ask about Will Smith, look at Bel Air. He really put hands on people. He really took it to people. He really had to get out of there. So,
well, you know what? He did slap the shit out of one of those interviewing people where he tried to kiss him or some shit like that. So I mean,
he didn't Chris Rock slap him, but he slapped him.
He didn't. He was just like, hey, man, don't do that. Hey, don't do that.
Like I hate that men aren't allowed to be men anymore. I can't defend myself the way I choose to because now I'm looked at bad in society's eyes. Fuck society.
Are you not allowed, or are men not men? That's a totally different subject.
You know what I'm saying? Like me personally.
I'm gonna go with what he said.
Hold on. Now, me personally, I'm with a woman, right? Don't care who she is. She could be my woman. She could be my friend. She could be whatever. If I see her get disrespected, me personally, I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to either apologize or I'm gonna make you apologize. Those are your options. If he decides to apologize and I feel it was heartfelt, great. We cool. If you decide not to apologize, either I'm gonna get my ass whooped or you're gonna get your ass whooped. Those are the options.
Okay, that's fair, and that's what I was saying as far as him having that conversation.
But here's the problem: if we've already hold on,
do that.
But hold on, let me say something.
As a man,
let me say something though. Let me say something. If this is the second or third time you've done it, now I no longer give you a chance to apologize. I'm just whooping your ass.
It's on site. Thank you. That's what I was sitting there talking about earlier.
This isn't the first time Chris Rock has addressed Jada. This isn't the third time that he's addressed Jada.
You're right.
He just keeps shooting his shots at Jada.
Right.
Listen, as a man, if I see you with a woman, I'm with a woman, I'm gonna step to you about whatever your woman is saying. I'm gonna say, yo, I don't appreciate how your wife keep coming off to me. I'm not gonna go and address your wife.
No, absolutely.
Coming out there to put my hands on her. I'm gonna ask you to please address it respectfully.
Right
now,
he's
not talking to Will. He's not coming for Will. He's not shooting shots at Will. He's shooting at Jada.
Okay.
At some point in time, Will Smith got to be like, all right, my nigga, either you put the gun down or I'm going to put you down. Those are the options.
Yeah.
And that's where it is. As a man, I'm just not going to handle certain things a certain ways. But as you said, if he did it and he gave him a chance to apologize, he gave him a chance to apologize. 2016, 2017, 2019, 2021, and this year. I'm not going to keep giving you chances, my nigga. Your chances are exhausted.
All right. Well, Eliza, go ahead, mamas.
I'm sorry, I just opened up some Pringles.
Excuse my language, y'all. Excuse my language.
You and your potato chips.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I want you to do something.
I be trying not to eat meat, so I sit there and I eat chips, and I have to sit there and be careful what chips I eat. Because
I don't eat chips, so I eat meat.
Go with your point, Eliza.
So my thing is this: I agree with
on the initial question.
What was the initial question? Because there was so much.
Because I said Jaden Smith had stated this. What do you feel like he was in the right or in the wrong to say that? Or
honestly, I might come off disrespectfully when I say this.
No,
honestly,
just say what you feel.
Hold on. Jaden, boy, he's completely irrelevant. He gonna sit there and that's him sitting there and trying to stunt because shit, my daughter do that. Whenever I gotta sit there and slap or whenever I sit there and revert back whenever I had to revert back to my neighborhood
whenever I gotta sit back and slap, what happened was
hey, look, as a woman, there be times, okay, whenever I had to revert back to my hood rat days, my daughter be my number one cheerleader. This be at times that she don't even like my ass. She be like, yeah, I bet you ain't gonna do that shit no more. See, my mama got them paws. See, my mama da. So, honestly, to me, especially as a mother of teenagers and as a mother of young adults, that's, that just vibrato. That's all that was vibrato.
Shit.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. It was neither, positive or negative or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, he's, in my opinion, completely irrelevant. Honestly, me personally, this is one of the reasons why I ended up missing your call last night. But my husband sat there and son was like, "Babe, they sitting here talking about something." I said, "Okay, so what's going on?" Well, there's some shit that happened with Will Smith. I said, "Look, I don't give a fuck." He said, "Well, don't you want to know?" I said, "No, honey, I don't want to know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. I don't care. I don't give a fuck." At the end of the day, I feel like there's so much shit that is put here to distract us. And whenever the Oscars come out, it's always something. Every fucking year, we can sit there and find something that is worth distracting or people use as distractions. I don't know about y'all, but my real life is going in the motherfucking direction it needs to go in. I don't want no fucking distractions. So the only reason I even came up on here is because my husband was like, "Babe, K-Dot's doing a live." So, okay, he said, I said, "What's it about?" I said, "I don't know. It might be about some relationship shit. Might be, I think it's about that shit last night." I said, "All right, since it's K-Dot, I'll go on there. Anybody else, when I say I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck." Like, you can ask me. I really here sitting there doing self-healing all night. I wake up and I said, since my kids are at school and I was able to go back to sleep, I wake up and I sit there and I do self-healing. I'm literally trying to get myself right so that me and my husband can sit there and be the motherfucking people we need to be. I'm not worried about Tom, Dick, Harry, Pookie, Keisha, Ray Ray, and Cudden in them. I don't care. And it sounds disrespectful. And if y'all feel some type of way, y'all can feel some type of way. Because I'm not even going to apologize for how y'all feel. Y'all can feel however y'all want to feel. But at the end of the day, the shit could have been fake. The shit could have been real. That shit don't pertain to me. I can sit there literally, go back to having my life and be completely fine. And that's all it was. It's a fucking conversation starter. That's the kind of conversation starter you want to have? Cool. You want to have a conversation starter with me? You're going to have to sit there and tell me some shit like, "Hey, bitch, I found a way to sit there and buy a new house and we ain't got to have no money down." Okay, that's a conversation I'm ready for. Or you're going to sit there and say, "Girl, look, you can sit there and have your whole motherfucking mortgage paid in fucking 30 to 90 days. We having a whole conversation. My ears is perked in the motherfucker. But if you can hear him talking about so Ray Keisha, I don't care. Baby, I don't care who smashed who. I don't care who knocked out who. I don't care who was sitting there dog walking who. I don't care, baby. As long as I don't know these motherfuckers and they ain't coming over here and fucking nobody in my house, I'm good.
Hey, so Eliza, so Hancock 2 got announced finally, right?
That's
the
nice.
type of shit I care about when it comes to Will Smith.
I ain't gonna lie, I did like Hancock 1.
Hancock was dope.
Hancock 2 got announced, and he's in Karate Kid 2.
Oh, for real?
Yes, Will Smith is in Karate Kid 2.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about Hancock 2.
It got announced.
Shit!
Hell yeah. And Will Smith is producing it himself.
Oh, dope as shit. My bad.
Like I care more about that than what happened.
That is great news.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
You know what would be dope? You know it'd be dope? If Chris Rock is the villain in Hancock.
You stupid as shit. Colleen, go ahead and respond. How do you feel about the Jaden Smith response as far as that's how we do?
Colleen's face looked like I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You muted. You mute. I can't hear you.
She like, I just put my lip gloss on. I don't care.
Yeah, lip gloss is popping. But of course, his response, he can. It's his parents. You know what I'm saying? People, he loved them the most. So of course he can say whatever he want to say. I wish my daddy slapped somebody. I'm like, y'all see my daddy last night? I'm gonna post about that. Like, yeah, that's how we do.
My daughter too.
So
trying to have a beat on in jail.
So we are going to end the stream in about 5 minutes, but I wanted to get y'all opinion on this, and I think I felt again, usually I don't really respond to shit. My platform is not really for celebrity talk or anything like that. So this is the first time that, but everybody was like, "Yo, you got to respond on this," and not only that, but the thing was, we were talking about boundaries. Right. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, well, maybe we can correlate that into this show, in this particular show. And boundaries are important. And I love what you said, Eliza, as far as having boundaries within yourself, your self-accountability, self-policing, awareness and stuff on certain things. And I don't think that's really talked about a lot as far as having boundaries within yourself. What are you allowed to accept for yourself in certain situations? So I'm going to ask. I'm going to start with you, Kylie, and I want you to. I want to know, were there boundaries broken in this particular situation?
I mean, if like as far as self-control, yeah, I feel like he reacted before, and he wasn't really thinking clearly. But we've all been in situations where we reacted, and then you go back, and it don't have to be the same situation. We've all done it to where we've reacted, and once we've calmed down and got back to our highest self, our right mind, we were like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. But next time, maybe he won't react like that. So who are we to judge? You know what I'm saying? But that's, like you said, self-accountability. That's, measuring yourself and setting those type of boundaries for yourself, and knowing when you're triggered, and when you are triggered, talking yourself down, because you know what triggers you, and you know what I'm saying? You know how to control yourself. So yeah,
and everybody on here, please hit the like button on here, show your boys some love. Please smash the like button, please show your boys some love. Miss Eliza,
hold on. Come here. Okay. For a second, I just wanted to introduce, when I talk about my teenage daughter, I want y'all to see who I'm talking about.
Okay.
So that's my teenage daughter.
How you doing?
Hi. Whenever I'm sitting there and talk about, me, she just like me. And when I say her mama, I'm talking about my black ass. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
And when I sit there and tell you, look, she's going through discovering her hood rat, and one day we are going to sit there and evolve over that. But now we have to sit there and master the hood rat real quick. So I have to sit, I got to teach me and my daughter, we both have pretty privilege. So, sometimes there's stuff that comes across to us a little weird and we got to be able to handle that shit. But as far as boundaries.
Yes, boundaries. What do you feel boundaries were broken between? I mean, because I'm assuming they were friends. I don't know. Just because
they're
not. They're not friends, right?
No,
okay.
No.
Not no more.
They haven't been friends. They weren't friends before the whole Jada incident.
Okay. I was wondering. That's why I was.
Hold on. I was going to bring that up. Honestly, whenever it comes to this, I really can't speak on boundaries. And the main reason why is because I don't know if it was authentic or not. And honestly, those two things does play a significant part in boundaries, not boundaries. But what I would like to do, K-Dot, is it ain't got to be the whole week. But I would like to, since we were having our conversation about boundaries, I would like to have a part 2. And I would like to sit there and talk about the actual incident that did happen between Jada, Will Smith, and August Alsina, because I believe that entire situation was a lot of crossing a lot of boundaries on everybody's part.
But if I think on that particular part, I agree with you, and I don't agree with you. And the reason why I say I agree with you, if nobody knew about it. But I was under the fact that Will Smith gave him his blessing because they weren't together in the sense to where that they were living in the same household. He was doing his thing, she was doing her thing, and that's what I'm kind of wondering too. Because if everybody knew. Here's
my thing: when we're talking about boundaries, it don't matter whether that shit was known or not. Okay. As long as you, because remember, the first thing about boundaries, you got to have boundaries for yourself, and then you can have boundaries for other people. Okay. First of all, so the boundary, and these are where I think that the boundaries were broken. And once again, I don't know these people. I can't call them up and be like, "Hey, bitch, so can we have a conversation? Can you come to my red table?" I can't do that. Yeah. So all I can do is insinuate this. Yeah. Whenever two people usually get married, I say usually because not everybody, people don't like to be put up in a bubble, and I'm not going to do that. Everybody, they have their union and it's specific to them. Right. So usually on a very average scale, whenever you sit there and you get married, you all have boundaries to each other, as in to sit there and stay faithful and loyal for better or for worse. That means through sickness, health, that means attitudes, bullshit, fuckery, because that is part of worse. Okay.
That is true.
That means that there was supposed to be loyalty there. That's where one of the first boundaries were crossed. Now, if they have had a discussion sitting there saying that we are both willing to sit there and expand this, all right, once again, that's the second boundary. But with that boundary, that's also setting rules. And setting rules is part of some boundaries and is also part of the line in some boundaries. We can go ahead and talk about that next week as well. But then whenever it came to there was a third or a fourth party. Will Smith boundaries were, I will go ahead and fandangle with whoever it is I choose to fandangle with. I will sit there and have them sign a signed document sitting there saying that it cannot be spoken about. Therefore, it's still protecting our image. That's where I draw my line in the sand. We can sit there and do whatever. It's never talked about. A lot of times, if you ain't talk about it, if you ain't got pics, it didn't happen. Right. So, Jada's boundaries might have been different. Okay. You know what? It's a little young person, they're sitting here and trying to do whatever, they're making me feel a certain type of way. It reminded me of how me and an old friend, because I'm not going to disrespect Pac by bringing him in this, how me and an old friend used to fandangle, whatever. Okay. Once again, the boundary, I just still feel like in your marriage, there's a boundary that's made. I believe that she sat there and stepped over the boundary. Once that boundary was done, she established a relationship with somebody else. In doing that, in order to establish a relationship, you have to have boundaries. You have to sit there and know what is acceptable, what's not acceptable. For those who do not know or don't have an idea what the fuck I'm talking about, baby, supposedly he wasn't coming over until a certain time at night. He even sat there and made a song about it himself, sitting there talking about how she would call him when her man was gone. That's a boundary. right there. Oh, he can only be there whenever this man ain't there. AKA all side niggas, side dudes, all side bitches, side hoes, side women know the rules. The rules are boundaries. Okay. That's why we got them.
Well,
okay.
I think I don't even think Jada even had any
Hold on, K-Dot, because I want to sit there and get to August's boundaries, because a lot of people they want to sit there and try to isolate him to be the bad guy, but understand he had sat there and gotten a blessing, which means he was man enough to sit there and bring it to Will, regardless of whatever the fuck they sat there and discussed it and however that shit worked out.
Yeah.
He sat there and also said that his boundaries were that they were doing whatever it is that they were doing, and that, you know, he wanted her to be exclusive with him. That was his boundary. Okay. A lot of it, he really did, you know, he wasn't trying to hide anything after a certain point. He was still trying to be respectful, aka, you know, not sit there and put too much of their shit out there. Mind you, you know, August is a Virgo man. You know they motherfucking emotional. But at the end of the day, even then, he was still respecting boundaries that literally Will had set into place. Okay, so you know what? You can sit there and do whatever because we got an open relationship.
Yeah.
Look, you don't sit there and do this to my wife. You don't sit there and hurt my wife. You don't blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Once again, Will sat there and gave those boundaries to August. August still sat there and abided by those boundaries. And now, whenever shit is hitting the fan because of other people not liking the situation, now they sitting here and trying to throw people under the bus. I think that's another boundary that shouldn't be crossed. If all of y'all, if all three of y'all, 5, 6, 7, whatever the fuck, all sit there and have a part to fucking play, and you all understand everybody's part, don't sit there and throw somebody under the bus because you trying to sit there and save a fucking image. At the end of the day, if what the fuck y'all got going on work for y'all, fuck everybody else. Not everybody's supposed to understand y'all shit. Y'all motherfucking, you know, you guys are an acquired taste. Okay. Not everybody's supposed to be able to understand y'all shit, do what the fuck y'all doing, but if it worked for y'all, it worked for y'all. Don't nobody else's fucking opinion matter. Okay. Now I understand we sit here and do image control because just like I'm sorry, I can't see your name or remember your name. Just like Jury said, we got an image to uphold, to sell movies, to sell music, to, you know, and everybody for August, for Jada, as well as for Will.
What's this?
Well, here's the thing. Because I'm
everybody that's what I feel. I'm sorry, I could have just said that. I made that extra line. Everybody had boundaries to have a cross, and I think we should sit there and have a show talk about everybody.
Jers, do you think in this particular situation, what about boundaries? Do you think there were boundaries crossed? Do you think they weren't? Do you think
in what aspect?
As far as the situation at the award show, as far as the smack.
Yes, I do feel like a boundary was crossed.
Okay.
I've told you over the last 5 years to stop bringing my wife's name up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What did you say over the last 5 years?
6 years. I've told you to stop bringing my wife's name up. That's not the first time.
He told him that though.
Yeah, that's not the first time Will has told him not to bring up Jada's name. That's
really?
Not the first time.
I didn't know that. Wait. So you're saying that
he said it on
had a
red carpet?
Conversation?
Yes. He said no. He didn't say it. He said it on red carpet, so to the world.
Mm-hmm.
He said it in a magazine interview
I didn't know that.
to the world. And he that's not the first time because everybody made jokes like what Will going to do. Like, what he going to do? He ain't going to do nothing. Guess what? Will did something. Nigga, I put my hands on you.
And don't you guys kind of think that he did that because people were making fun of him, calling him soft because he was crying on?
Well, because honestly,
so now
I think there was a lot of pressure.
Damage control.
There was a lot of pressure on Will. I can tell there was a lot of pressure because you gotta. But honestly, Jada was fucking disrespecting them too. So I meant like in public. So you have that, and then you have damn Will, what you gonna do? You gonna let him disrespect your wife? Damn Will. Jada's disrespecting you too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna let this thing and you're right, Jersey and Eliza. That whole August Alsina shit. He ain't got loyalty to the fucking relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't got nothing to do. Even if Will didn't know, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's not supposed to be loyal to the relationship. It's supposed to be them two who are supposed to be loyal to the actual goddamn relationship. I'm not going to check another dude because he's trying to get with my lady or whatever. And if my
if my lady
entertains that situation, then she's supposed to be for the streets. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Especially if to society they have an open relationship.
Yeah.
Listen, as a man, it's pimp or die. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to try and tag that up. As females out there who like females, they supposed to go too. Like, listen, Jada, I heard you wilding out here. Let's go see how wild you can get. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's supposed to be.
And what is that called? And Jersey, what is that called?
Realism? I don't know.
Competition. That's what the fuck it's called. It's called
it ain't no, it's not competition. Because if we both smashing, we teammates. This is
Jersey, how much time you got? We're gonna need you available on Saturday.
You said if we both
I'm always available.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't know
I got cameras.
I got everything. But hold on, Jers. Wait a minute. Hold on. To be fair, wait a minute. I didn't know you was supposed to be my fucking teammate, motherfuckers. Like, wait a minute. I didn't know. I just found out. Like, you were just.
We are now. You know what? Hold on. I work for a company. There is a guy that works for the same company, and he lives in Australia. Guess what? We teammates. That's the way it is. I ain't got to know that you on my team.
I don't want you on my team like that.
If we got an open relationship,
it's about her. Obviously, she do.
You gotta understand. Men are very territorial. You know what I'm saying?
Who's very territorial?
Men in general. We're very territorial.
Don't make that generalized statement. You can't make that generalized statement.
Hold on. I'm gonna rebut you on that. The generalized statement is that majority or minority.
There are some men that are very territorial. There are some ego-blasted men that are even more territorial. But you can't say that because there are also some women that are territorial. There are some women who will drive a nigga over, who will, she'll, you know what I'm saying? She'll bend the block on a nigga because he keeps cheating on her. So that is real life. There are some people that are territorial. Now, from the last 15 to 20 years, Will Smith has not been that territorial person.
No.
Jada has been for the streets.
Clearly.
Will has been for the streets.
Baby, look, y'all should have paid attention in Demon Night. She was for the streets then. She was trying to tell y'all motherfuckers something. Y'all just wasn't listening.
Listen. She been for the streets. She been for the streets.
And she also has that, and the reason why is and she also has that codependency shit too. She struggles with that. And she stated that was.
But you know what? Here's the most important thing. I don't really care about Jada, so that's the most important. That's the most important thing.
Well, I'm just saying, we're just talking about the topic. What I'm saying is that
you know why. All right, so you know why I care about the Will Smith, Jada, August Alsina thing. I don't give a flying hell that they were messing around. I don't care what the situation, the relationship was. I'm not in that relationship. If they get divorced, I don't get a part of that settlement. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? What my issue is how men were perceived towards Will Smith. August Alsina, the young new buck, he get to tag all that blah, 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 blah. But if we get hyped about it, then we a bunch of niggas doing too much. But on that same note, Will Smith, if he is truly hurt, right? If his feelings are truly hurt and he is crying on this show and people are making fun of him, guess what? We as men now can't look sensitive. We can't open up. We can't give you our complete.
There we go.
Because now we look like suckers.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
I can't be vulnerable with the woman that I want to be vulnerable with because she feels that I'm a sucker. Well, guess what? Now it's a hard time for you and we can't fuck around. So now when I pass on that same hurt to her and she gonna go to the next nigga with that same hurt and the next chick with that same hurt, it's the same hurt being recycled over and over and over, and somebody needs to make a stop. Somebody needs to make generational curses go completely the fuck away.
And this situation that happened. Hold on, Eliza, hold on.
Hold on, and this is why
Liza, hold on. I'm gonna get to you. What I'm saying is that in this situation, you're right. The generational curse needs to be fucking dealt with, especially because of this situation. Eliza, go ahead.
Well, and this is why I constantly bring up healing, working on you, doing the work on you. And we've even seen some people in my show, they're like, oh my God, here she goes talking about her healing shit again. Yes, because at the end of the day, whenever Michael Jordan came on and they sat there and made a meme about him crying, they made a meme about Tyrese sitting there crying over the fact that he couldn't be with his kids, but he sat there and was paying, so much fucking money to a woman that he couldn't even be in his son's life. And as men, that is one of the most important things for men, for you to be able to have some kind of legacy with your seed. And then we had Will Smith sitting here being open and honest about how his woman made him feel when she fucking cheated on him, and then did it in a way that the whole fucking world saw.
Yeah, you're right.
You can sit there and try to, go into a fucking private place and be like, a lot of us, we be sitting there crying and people be like, what's wrong? And the first word out of our mouth is nothing. We all right. We okay. At least this way we can hide our shit until we get somewhere in solitude, because that's how we're used to dealing with our shit. These men didn't even have the option to do this shit. And so now whenever, especially when it comes to the narrative of the black man, I'm not saying it's just black men, but damn it, I'm black as fuck. These are my motherfucking peoples. So I'm talking to them specifically, okay? Mm-hmm. When it comes to the narrative of the black man, somebody got to sit there and start talking about and doing some motherfucking healing. And I'm not talking about go to a fucking therapist so they can sit there and feel like privately they laughing at you, they judging you, and they gonna sit there and tell yada yada yada. Because we know therapists that sit there and talk, especially if they doing some shit like trying to write a book, trying to do this, trying to do that.
Wait. I have a great therapist.
I think that would be an assumption.
I have a great therapist. Hold on.
Okay. Well, look.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but what I'm saying is that
I don't want y'all to pinpoint on that. They may not. It's honestly irrelevant. My whole thing is this:
I hear you. Go ahead.
If you start doing some inner healing, the reason I stress my shit so much is because now we literally have a fucking guide, a step-by-step guide. This is the shit that mama, daddy, grandpa, uncle, and them, all of our ancestors did not have. All they was told to was get over it. All they was told is suck it up. That's all they was ever told. They did not have a guide to sit there and be able to understand, learn to deal with, learn to handle, learn to how to be able to sit there and put all of that fucking energy into something productive. They didn't have fucking skills on that shit, but now we do. So now the reason I be sitting there stressing my shit so much is because I want people to understand you can do this. And now we got step by steps. You see what I'm saying? Now we got easy ways to where we can actually get through the shit. We can do what mama sat there and said, oh, you know what? Get over it. Oh, don't hold that shit or let it go. Cause I hear that shit so fucking much. Yeah, let it go.
I agree.
And we know how.
And the thing is, I don't, I've seen the tears in Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? And I think I applaud that brother. You know what I'm saying? I think men should be able to be emotional and vulnerable at certain things. And
yeah, yes. I also think strongly that honestly, for men out there that's really looking for a wife, since me and Kate are always talking about relationships, I feel like you really can't sit there and have a healthy relationship if you can't be honest with your girl or with your lady, with your missus. If you can't sit there and be honest, and in part of your honesty becoming vulnerable. If you can't do that, I'm gonna sit there. I'm not cursing nobody. I ain't sitting there and trying to speak no shit into existence for y'all. But at the end of the day, I really don't feel, this is a personal opinion, I really don't feel like you're gonna have a very fucking successful marriage. And for women, I'm gonna sit there and tell y'all something. Whenever it gets to where you're dealing with your wife, I'm not sitting there talking about I'm not talking about all females and that are out there. I'm talking about a specific type. So I'm talking about grown women who have a very mature mindset that is more along the lines of nurturing, loving, that are coming from a place of understanding and things of this nature. So I am sitting there minimizing the group I'm talking about. But for us, there is nothing more beautiful than our man, than us knowing that our man loves us enough to become vulnerable, because that means that this man really love the fuck out of us. Yeah. And if he really love the fuck out of us, baby, I can't wait to show you how much I love the fuck out of you. And guess what? Then I'm more willing to sit there and be, baby, look, anything you need, I got you. And it means something. It ain't just words.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because and you know, a lot, especially in a lot of my posts and all those particular shows,
I can't talk about these with the 6-figure nigga mentality. If that shit is sexy to a woman,
right? And that's why I talk about, you know, a woman's superpower is their femininity. You know what I'm saying? Their recharger button. That when we ask, because I know it might seem a little off when we be like, oh, when we ask you what do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? I ask that because the reason why I ask what do you bring to the table, because it's not about your finances. It's not about your degrees. It's not about your education. It's not about how much money you make. That does not solidify the value that we need you to see in us. What we need is your femininity. We need your we need you to be inspirational. You need to have the intent to want to be with us. That you need us. You know, as Black men, we want to know that that you can. I don't want you to hold me down. I want you to hold me up. You know what I'm saying? I want you to hold me up at the end of the day. And it has nothing. Those qualifications that you say, well, I'm you know, I make all this money. I got my own business. I'm an entrepreneur and blah, blah, blah. That's all well and everything like that. But that does not solidify in a relationship. That solidifies in a business venture or a resume or something like that to get a job. We're talking relationship. I get my ass whooped every day by outside people. When I want to come home and be loved on by my woman, you know what I'm saying? Hold my head on her bosoms, all that type, have those solidified, dope ass conversations and stuff like that. I need to know that my woman's going to be there, and not only that, I need to know that that she knows that I'm also going to be there as well. So that's why it's important to ask those particular questions when your woman comes home and she needs to vent to you, and you need to be like, hey, real quick, before we even get started, what do we? Am I fixing this? Am I giving you advice on something, or am I just here to listen? And then, and then if she says, "Hey, I'm just kidding right now," because there's sometimes she doesn't need you to fix shit. She just wants you to fucking listen. You know what I'm saying? Just listen.
That's so hard for me being a tech.
I know, right? Because we're natural. I know it's hard for me because I want to fix it. I want to make sure. You got this problem. I want to provide a solution.
But I don't want to see you cry no more.
I don't exactly. I don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to see. I want to wipe your tears away. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you them soft kisses. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to give you. I want to hold your hand But if you give off that masculine energy, I can't do what I need to do, because then I'm like, okay, I'm dating another man. I don't want to date another man.
Well, see, hold on. This is where I will sit there and I will speak real quick on something.
Okay.
First of all, I will say this, K-Dot. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I'll go ahead and say it. As a woman, I hate hearing that question of what do you bring to the table. I hate hearing it from the man's perspective. Hold on. Hear me out. I hate hearing it from the male's perspective, not just as the woman being asked that question. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I sit there, there's two responses to this.
Okay.
In my younger years, because my mentality was very different, so I am separating the two. In my younger years, if you were to sit there and ask me what I bring to the table, and you would have sat there and I would have answered that, and then I would have asked you what you bring to the table, I feel like I'm instantly having to compete with you. So first, in my mind, it was at the fact that, first of all, if I got to compete with you, why do I want you? And hear me out, because that might not make sense. So let me break that down real quick.
Can you say that one more time? You said compete.
Hold on, I'm high-fiving her. Hold on, I'm high-fiving this one. Nigga,
I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
Yes. I feel like at the end of the day, if you were auditioning to be my man and I'm a woman and you sitting here and bringing the same shit to the table I'm bringing, I can just go and get with a bitch.
No,
Why would I?
That's not what I'm saying.
Hold on. Give me a second, K-Dot. Give me a second.
Did you say compete? Compete? What
yes, I said what I said.
You or compete against you? What do you say?
Stop talking.
She said she feels like it's a competition between her and her mate. If that comes up.
Yes. If you sit there and ask me, what do I bring to the table? And I'm sitting there talking about, okay, I got a good job. I got this, I got that. And then I ask you what you bring to the table. And you like, well, I got a good job. I got this and I got that. Then as far as I'm concerned, bro, we are competing. That's what we
that's how these guys are. These guys,
did you
these
just
men
hear what I
nowadays
just
compete
said,
with
though?
women.
I said,
K-Dot, hold on. Eliza, hold on for a second. Hold on. Can I just say something? K-Dot, you're really not listening to the words that are coming out of their mouth. This is the way it makes them feel. You have to understand what it's making them feel like when this comes up. It's not how you feel and how you are.
But that's the problem. Problem.
But this is what she's saying.
One-sided. It's only about how when I ask a female. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on, Eliza. When I ask you,
you cut me off, and you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain
Let her
it.
finish her statement. Let her finish what she's saying.
Get to the point, Eliza, because you sometimes get to the point.
I'm trying to get there.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so obviously you're triggered. All right. Sorry.
I'm triggered.
Okay.
Get to the point. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm in my foxhole. Just leave me alone.
What I was saying is this: in my younger years, if we were to have that, let's say before I got married, K-Dot, me and you sat there and met each other and we was like, oh, okay. And you sat there and asked me what I bring to the table. Okay. And I told you everything I bring to the table and you bring the same stuff. I would feel like, okay, so you're in competition with me. And the whole thing is, I don't want somebody that's in competition with me. Because if that's the case, I could be trying to date myself. I want a man. I understand what my role is. My role is a woman. All right. I don't want another woman. I don't want somebody that's going to bring the exact same shit I'm bringing to the fucking table. That don't make sense to me. I can sit there and if that's the case, I can walk away and still be straight because I got everything that you would have been able to sit there and offer or extend. My thing is, as a woman, I'm going to need to know that you're offering me more than the same shit I can go out to get. So if you're sitting there and telling me I can offer you protection, I can offer you safety, I'm going to need you to be talking about more than finances, bruh, because I can do finances. I can get me financially. What I need you to do is I need you to sit there and be able to sit there and take care of me emotionally, take care of me mentally. This is the shit that if I'm a little off my rocker, I know I can feel safe to be around you, to know that if I sit there and let my hair down, if I fuck around and get too relaxed, if I fuck around and get comfortable, if I fuck around and start feeling like I'm loved or some shit around here, I'm not going to be dropped. I'm not going to be hurt. I'm not going to be stung. But guess what? The only way you can give me that is that you got to be right with yourself, which means you got to get to a place where you're vulnerable so you can unearth that shit. So this way you can take care of you. And then I can feel securely in your masculinity to know that it is safe for me to take care of mine and be feminine. Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense.
As a woman, and this is one of the reasons I sat there and I said, vulnerability in men is sexy to women, because if we know that you are vulnerable, yes, we can help you get through your shit. But then we feel like if we know that you can be vulnerable, then we can be, we can be vulnerable.
Right.
If you gave me enough trust, because vulnerability is a hard motherfucker, period. That literally is, that's almost going beyond love. I mean, it is a hard thing to get. So if literally you trusted me enough to be vulnerable with me, then I'm going to sit there and feel like, all right, you know what? If you trust me this much, that's deeper than love for me. So you know what? Me, and I'm only talking about my personality. Okay. Some people might resonate, some people might not. But in me, I'm going to make sure that you understand that that trust is being repaid and is being reciprocated. So
Don't
yes,
touch my dominoes.
Yeah, I because here's the thing.
now does that make sense now, K-Dot?
It makes perfect sense now. Because that's why, because I couldn't, because you were kind of breaking up a little bit, and so that's why I was just like, and then you had said in your early, if
In
you
my
know,
earlier
it was
years,
your
yeah.
earlier mindset as far as the whole competition thing. I think it's silly for any man to compete with a woman. I think that's fucking silly as shit. I think
They
it's
do.
dumb.
It's very normal now, and
But
guys are
I think
weird.
that's the most silliest shit in the
Yeah.
world. Like,
K-Dot,
because
K-Dot,
at the end of the day,
K-Dot.
I feel like in my
Go sit down, babe.
relationship. Yeah, go ahead.
This is
Come on,
and I understand how you feel, because I feel like it's a silly ass prospect too. Like, first of all, we're supposed to be with each other and building each other up at the same time.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a competition. But in this day and time, relationships seem to be transactional. It's what can you do for me? Then I can do for you. If you love me, then I love you. If you can take care of me, then I can take care of you. It's not a trust thing anymore. It's harder to trust. Now, me personally, I am just this man. This is just who I am, and you know me for real.
Yeah.
I trust until you give me a reason not to trust you.
Yep.
I will give you my heart. I will give you my all. And this is to my loved ones and my friends. I got friends right now that owe me money, considerable amounts of money.
I'm with you on that.
You know what I'm saying? But I haven't burned. To me, I'm not gonna burn them, because whatever put you in that predicament when you needed that money in the first place, you might still be in. But those people that I see I loan money to and now they on vacation, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you paying for vacations and not giving me my money back? So in that same thing, people are seeing that way in relationships. It's what I'm gonna do for you as long as you step up for me. No, I should be able to say this. I should be able to be like, yo, K-Dot, I'm not feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling good in my headspace, and be able to talk to you and not be judged, not be come at, not
Absolutely.
be like, oh, well, I'm better than you because of this.
Absolutely.
And I know that I can with you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we've had these conversations already. You know what I'm saying? But in that same aspect, women need to feel the same fallback. They need to be able to go, I had this bad day. And you know what? And in this day and time, there's a lot of baby mamas and baby daddies getting into relationships and still having to deal with the stigma of the baby mama and baby daddy on the other side.
I would agree.
So if I come to you and be like, babe, you know what I'm saying? This bitch is she's driving me nuts because of this, that, and the other. It shouldn't be some shit where, well, if you wouldn't have got, no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking at. But women get that a lot from men because of toxic masculinity, because of, you know what I'm saying, generational curses, because of women, because there are women out there that make it a competition also. So it's not just what it's like, all right, so the last relationship you had, if you had to compete and she's talking about, you know, how her stuff is better than yours, because I've had to deal with that shit. But like, yo, my stuff better than yours. No, your shit is different than mine. Like, you know me, I don't like iPhones. Not an iPhone person. So I've had to deal with women like, oh, well, iPhones are better and my phone is better than yours. No, your phone does different things than mine. It's not better. And I'm not trying to compete with you. Why does it matter what phone I got? Why does it matter what car I drive? Why does it matter where I decide to lay my head, as long as my shit is clean, my shit is correct, and when you there, I'm protecting you? Why does it matter? You know what I'm saying?
That's a great question, but in reality, a price tag is put on men in a lot of ways. We are looked at as an ATM
by some women. Let's clarify that.
But I pay attention to verbiage, and I say, and what men are, I guess, some women that I'm talking about is modernized women.
We're not talking about modernized women.
I said,
yeah, like stop with that modernized women stuff. Like,
what I'm saying, but I'm trying to tell. Which also,
but K-Dot, Colleen is a modernized woman.
Jersey, I got this. Jersey, I got this. Hold on.
It's like, yeah, y'all weird. So we're not supposed to follow our dreams because
And so we're going to be
Who said
scared
that?
to be called a modernized woman.
Wait. Who said that?
Okay, hold on, Colleen, hold on 1 second. K-Dot, define modernized woman.
Define.
Modernized woman is most likely sexually liberated. Doesn't.
That's not my.
I define that actually. I actually defined that on Facebook for you. I actually defined that on Facebook for you. Actually,
here's my thing. Here's my thing. Hold on.
I'm answering this question. Most of them are. A good majority of them, or not all of them. Good majority of them are very independent. Which are very independent. Where you can't have that in a relationship. Really, you gotta be interdependent. A lot of modernized women say they don't need a man for shit. We want you, but we don't need you. So
men don't need women though. Didn't y'all say money over hoes? Money over bitches? What did y'all
say? When did I say that? Wait a minute. When did I say that?
It's a problem.
Wait, when did I say that?
Colleen, your volume's kind of down, like you're away from the phone a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, it's still down. It's like you're on Bluetooth, but not on Bluetooth.
What about now?
I'm talking about the issue that I have is.
Okay, well that's the issue that you have, honey. You can't sit there and say,
thank you, Eliza.
Most men, we get the whole tradition. We want a traditional man, but we don't want to give traditional values as well. We don't want to give that back.
But so men being women. Hold on. Women wanting men to be men is not traditional man. That's not the same thing. Women wanting men to be men is a completely different thing than a traditional man, because traditional men used to beat women. Traditional men used to say women have to stay their ass in the house barefoot pregnant. That was the
modernized men back
then. That's what traditional man
That's what I'm saying. You going back to that color purple bullshit.
But that's what.
That's not.
Wait. Hold on. K-Dot, let me explain something to you. Go
ahead.
I just want to comment real quick. Let me
just say one thing. Hold on, please. Just because somebody decided to change the term later does not mean that everybody gets that change. That's what a traditional man was. A traditional man kept his woman in the house, barefoot, pregnant, and that was it. You better cook that food or I'm gonna slap the shit out you. That's what it was. That was what traditional men were. It's not fair that somebody goes, okay, now it's like, oh, you know what? We don't want that to be a stigma for traditional men.
No, but what I'm saying is that facts or is that your experience?
That was facts.
No, facts.
Where's the facts? I'm telling you where the facts is.
Okay, look, let me go ahead and say this real quick.
What the facts is, because I'm not saying that did not happen, but I would consider myself more of a traditional in sense to where I don't condone and I've always said it now, Eliza. I've always said it. Yes, I vouch for good men. I don't vouch for fuckboys, abusers. I take that all the time. Do I take that all the time?
Yes, you do, but hold on. Let me go ahead.
I don't condone that shit.
K-Dot, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Before I forget, I wanted to sit there and touch on your first example of a modernized woman. You sat there and said that are sexually liberated. Here's where I find the problem with this. Okay, it's because you're sitting there talking about, you're sitting here and talking about a modernized woman is sexually liberated, but aren't these the same? Isn't that the same thing where men sit there and say they get married and the sex stops? But they don't want the sex to stop. Here's my thing like this. That does not come from a modernized woman's mindset. That comes from a woman that honestly is secure in her sexuality. And being secure in her sexuality means that she's either gonna sit there and fuck whoever she wanna fuck, or when she get married, she gonna sit there and keep that thing gushy for her man and her husband. You know what I mean? Look, as a wife, you already know. I talk about it all the time. I'm a freak all day long. And honestly, my husband is still one of the sexiest men that I've seen. That's why I sit there and talk about sucking his dick all day long. I would sit there, I would rather go ahead and suck this motherfucker dick and sit there and swallow all the kids before I even want to have sex. Period. Okay. You already know how I am. Does that make me a modernized woman? No, it doesn't.
But what I'm saying that you're talking about to your husband. Your husband. You're not talking about.
Okay, the whole thing is that shit don't matter. You sat there and said a woman that is sexually liberated. Baby, I'm sexually liberated like a motherfucker.
I'm not talking in that content. I'm not talking.
But that's what it means, K-Dot. That's what it means.
No, what I'm saying, I'm talking about what I'm talking about.
You don't get to change the parameters just so it fits the situation.
Right.
Yeah, but you spinning it to where that I'm talking about I'm talking about in a different. You have every right to be sexually any type of sexual way with your husband. Absolutely. I don't knock you for that.
Hold on, I am sexually liberated. That means that honestly, I mean, because of the boundaries that my husband and I have set, we don't step out. But if I was the type of bitch that would sit there and step out, I'm still gonna be sexually motherfucking liberated. It don't matter.
As far as what? No, I'm talking about outside the marriage. As far as what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about being sexually liberated, period, point blank. I was sexually liberated before I said, hold on.
I need something.
I'm trying to, K-Dot. You have to listen. That's part of having a
point. Get to the point.
No, don't see, even in doing that, you trying to sit there and rush it. If we're gonna have a discussion, you have to listen. You can't just sit there and try to talk.
Getting to the point. That's what I'm saying. Sexually liberated on what point outside the marriage? That's what I'm asking.
I'm not saying. Oh my God, let me try this one more time. I'm gonna need you to listen.
Liberated means she's open and honest about her desires.
Thank you. And that is before I got married.
That's what I'm saying. To the point.
I got married. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're sitting there saying that's a telltale of a modernized woman. Literally, sexual liberation is not a telltale of a modernized woman. That is a tale of a fucking healthy ass woman. It really is. Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna sit there, if we start dating and I'm sitting here giving it to you 3 and 4 fucking times a week or 3 or 4 times a day. Okay. And we just dating. Literally. We've already sat there and discussed this. Dating is literally like sitting there and putting in motherfucking work before you sit there and you get fucking promoted. Shit ain't supposed to stop once you get promoted. You're still supposed to be doing the same motherfucking thing. And on not only that, but you're supposed to be doing it at abundance. So when you sitting there talking about sexual liberation, baby, I'm sexually liberated than a motherfucker. I mean, shit. Honestly, if my husband was down with sitting there putting the camera in here, shit, we'd be some motherfucking amateur ass porn stars up in this bitch. But at the end of the day, that is still part of my sexual liberation. It does not matter whether I have a ring or not. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, that's part of a modernized woman is being sexually liberated.
Is it not though?
Wait. Can I say
ain't that what men say they want? Like, oh, after we sat there and got married, the sex stopped. I don't want the sex to stop. I want that shit to be just as fucking viable as it was when we were dating.
So can I chime in here? So just for you, K-Dot, it says modern woman can be very often or can very often be put into the text as many uses, both professional and sexual. The modern woman has a job, not entry level, has done very well for herself and maintains or does not maintain a family in the 1950s when the term first came to use. Correct. It was also sexual, saying a modern woman can have as many romantic interests as she sees fit. The modern woman pursues affairs and is equal to the man when it comes to sexual partners.
Okay.
Marking the end of the nice girl era in which women were only supposed to have one sexual partner as opposed to men who could pursue interests of a sexual nature.
Right. Everything that everything that I have pretty much said, because you're allowed.
But the way that you're making it seem, the way that you explain it and the way that you make it seem is that women should only have entry level jobs. They should only be with one man. But that's what you said.
I didn't. When did I say entry level jobs? When did I say that?
That's what a modern woman is.
But what I'm saying, you just said, I said that they're allowed to have,
because you said there's too many modernized women. So should there be less modernized women?
Right.
You
What
want
I'm
there to
saying,
be
what I'm
less
saying is,
modernized mean women have entry-level jobs.
as far as yeah, okay. I'm not caring about the job. What I'm saying, as far as
But
bringing
that's what the statement is. That's what the meaning of what you said is.
Let me ask you this, K-Dot.
Go ahead.
How many virgins do you want to be sitting there fucking before you find your wife?
How many virgins do I want to be fucking before?
Not virgins, virgins.
What? Virgins.
Yes,
Like,
women that have only had one partner or have had no partners, because that's also another variation of the modernized woman, as you sat there and put it. So if you want a traditional woman, and honestly, you like, I ain't met no man that don't like a freak. I've yet to meet.
Who said that she wasn't a freak? Nobody said that. And not only that, facts, absolutely there is. The 19th, all the goddamn kids. You better stop it. You better stop it.
Jersey, you see where I'm going with this, right?
16 kids and stuff like that back in the 1950s. Those, a lot of them were traditional women. So you better stop that bullshit. I'm not talking about having multiple sex.
Hold on. We ain't talking about. Hold on.
Be with one person.
But that's also because
that doesn't help your argument at all.
That's also because these women were doing what these men said.
And not only that, but they were having all these kids.
You saying 15, 16 women. Also, he might have 15, 16 kids with this one woman. How many he got with that next one?
Right.
My daddy got 20 kids, bro.
My husband
dealing with traditional.
My mom is traditional as well, but she also had
So you can't generalize.
My dad gave her. Hold on. And they in 35 years and counting. You understand me? What I'm saying is that she was able to work or whatever, but she never put her career or her job over her family.
But you know what?
Anything, she would sacrifice her job. Hold on.
Hold on.
She never ever put her fucking job.
Hold on. Let me tell you this. Let me say something.
Okay.
And you know what? As a man, I respect everything your mother did. As a man, I respect how she felt. I respect how she wanted to be, how she wanted to keep that family together. But not all women are the same. Not all women have that same.
That's why I said
that's a different value. But because they decide to modernize themselves and get jobs out of that place and put things above, because there are women, modernized women, sometimes don't have kids, but they go make careers. You know
absolutely.
So if that's the thing that these women choose to do your thing. Do your thing.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is that.
But you did knock modernized women.
No,
but hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm talking about the situation as far as, like, for instance, the boss babes, right? So the big boss babes, and they don't, they a lot of them say that they don't need a man for shit and all that type stuff. And a lot of them,
at this time in their life, they might not. But here's the thing. Okay, hold on. K-Dot, honestly, whenever you say this, and this is just my opinion, okay? I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I think this might help you more in what it is you're trying to do. You, instead of sitting there saying that you want a traditional whatever, I think honestly what you want is a woman that is like your mother. And if you want a woman that is like your mother, which, don't get me wrong, most men do, it is not a bad thing. But if you want a woman that is like your mother, then say you want a woman that is like your mother. Do not try to sit there and put these women in a box. And I'm going to sit there and say that because as a man, honestly, if you protrude the qualities that you feel a man should have, you will not be subjected to the little boss bitches, I want a 6-figure nigga and all I got to offer is pussy type females.
I didn't say boss bitches, by the way.
Well, still, this is just
boss babes. That's what I said. Boss babes.
Let me throw something out here real quick. Kylie will be right back. She's switching to her PC, but when she gets back, she had asked to go next. So as soon as she gets back, if we can, let's cut
Yeah,
Cut it quick where she can get her in.
She's here now, so yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you see me? Okay, yeah, I had to switch to my computer.
So
My phone was dying.
Sounds so much
Ooh, that's a little different.
Yeah, my phone was dying. I had to switch to the computer.
Is that like a special effect?
Your camera's a little.
It's a little.
That's the one they gave me at work. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
It's probably because the light's behind you.
Right.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is?
But yeah, no, I definitely had to put my little 2 cents in on this modernized woman thing because I am a single woman, and I am.
Yeah, we went back and forth with this.
So. Well, let her go. Shush.
No, I said we went back and forth.
Okay, if you interrupt, Kate, just so you know, I'm muting you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you obviously have your own, perspective on a modernized woman, which is fine. I mean, you can only see things the way you internalize them, so that's how you see them. But how I see it is, basically, what you're saying is you expect women to, basically not shoot as high as they should, so they can stay under this so you could feel more secure as a man because you're not doing as great as her or some shit like that. And I don't think that's I think that's stupid.
That's not what I'm saying.
And then second off, if you're the type of woman to look at people and value them based off of what they have materialistically, obviously you have some work to do within yourself because nobody should think like that. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if I have more, you have more. We got it if we together. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna sit here and tell me that I'm masculine because I chase after my dreams, I think that's pure bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a little daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna tell her, oh yeah, learn how to suck dick. Like, no, I'm not gonna tell her that. You know, I'm telling her, be a strong woman, especially as Black women. You should know Black women have to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Because we got targets on our back in every shape and form, everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to sit here and tell us, oh, we're masculine for being strong because of the world we live in. That sounds really stupid. And that sounds really close-minded. And you should really rethink that and refocus your whole modernized woman opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really bullshit.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? When did I say that women shouldn't achieve their dreams or their goals?
That's basically what men. When men say women who make over 100K are not going to get married, that's basically what you're saying.
I never said that either.
Don't make over 100 million because you're more likely not to get married.
I never said that either.
Y'all say that. You do say that.
Yeah, that's
where. I said if a woman makes 100K, that they're not going to get married. I said that.
No, you said the odds of you getting married is less likely. I don't know.
When did I say
okay, that? Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was somebody else. I'm getting you. Both y'all be posting that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Both y'all be posting that bullshit. But it's you and this other dude on my timeline that be posting straight just dumb shit. Like, who hurt you?
That's how we as women. That's how we interpret that because literally we feel attacked. We're told that we're not supposed to go. Okay, let Jersey go.
Let Jersey say what he has to say.
Go ahead, Jersey.
Thank you. So let me take these headset off because it's about to get crazy right now. So, K-Dot.
Let me go to my computer then, shit.
I'm digging a bigger foxhole if he's going to be here Saturday.
I'm
going to need a major foxhole.
I'm bringing my dogs with me too. So, K-Dot.
Go ahead, brother.
You know I love you to no end, right?
I love you right back.
You know I always get on you about generalizations, right? Always get on you about generalizations.
Okay.
You made the statement that about traditional men and the less likelihood of wanting a modernized woman, right? Am I wrong?
When you said that
you said the problem. You said the problem is modernized women, correct?
Said some modernized women. That's what I said.
So the problem, and that's a general. You didn't say some. I promise.
Actually, I did. We can go back and replay.
We'll go back later. But the problem isn't in any way, shape, or form a woman who wants to better herself, and that's what a modernized woman is. It's not even about her sexual liberation. It's about fragile egos on men and women, period. So Me as a man, I promise you, I'm a man that does not get. If I'm making what I'm making, and she's making what she's making, we're just better. That's it. Like I'm not. My competition isn't her. My competition is them. It's about making. Matter of fact, my competition personally is me getting myself better. That's it. I got this job, and I'm like, I take all the classes I can so I can be better tomorrow than I was yesterday. So
I think we should all strive to be that way.
I personally prefer a modernized woman because you know what? My mother was not a traditional woman. My mother was a boxer who tried to make the Olympics. She taught me how to box. My mom was a hustler in these streets. My mom sold drugs. My mom made sure we had clothes. My mother drew our FUBU clothes. We didn't have to go get shit. We was poor than a motherfucker. But because of her ambition to be more, I wasn't even the first person to go to college in my family. My mother was. My mother was an English major. The reason that my diction and that my vocabulary is so vast is because that woman instilled everything that she learned and strived for in me. Now, as a man, personally, I don't do traditional shit, period, because I'm different. This world is different. Life is different. Where I want to go is different. I can't just sit there and be like, hey, somebody needs to get their ass in my kitchen, cook my food. As a matter of fact, you know for a fact, I'm a great motherfucking chef. I will make anything out in these streets. So, and I clean my house. I wash my clothes. All my shit is me. Because I was raised by my grandmother and my mother, both women who had a traditional upbringing, but made themselves modernized.
I understand that, but you can't.
Mom,
you can't.
Hold on, I'm not done. I am not done. You're not gonna mansplain me. I'm also a man. So listen, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? My mother also head of her department at VIP Honda. My mother was flown around the country to live in different states so that she can get their books right, so that she can get their trainings right. This is the things that I learned as a man from a woman. These are the things. My dad was never there. That nigga was in the street and he was for the streets. This nigga's still in the streets and for the streets. And I learned everything, all my hustle, all my technology, all my struggle, everything from a woman. So I'll never put down the ambition of a woman. I'll never, if she decides that she wants to put having a job over having a family, great. If she wants to juggle having a job and having a family, awesome. I'm all with it because you know what? Where she falls, will never fall because I'm gonna be her crutch. When I stumble, she can be my crutch. I can't see it the same way you see it. I understand that your mom did what she did, but that was her choice.
Yep.
That was what she chose to do. You know what I'm saying? If she chose to come out here, hit this block hard and flip these peas, that's your mom's choice. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me because my mom did it differently than your mom that my mom was wrong. Because she got a man out here. She has a man out here successfully standing up for him and his daughter. My daughter right now, head of a department doing finance. If it wasn't for her seeing that from her grandmother, my daughter would think she got to live off some man. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, no, I wouldn't let that.
No, but a lot of women do look at men as, like you said, paychecks, and they feel like if they go get these fake booties, they'll get a man to take care of them. When in reality, it's your job to take care of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally. Then you go match up with a man. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit here and put everything on being in a relationship. So you can be happy and not be in a relationship. All right, we're all discovering that. Just because you're married don't make you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm talking about for people who actually want to be in a relationship. As far as
I want to be in a relationship.
I'm not saying that you don't.
I want to be loved.
You already in a relationship, nigga.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So you have no business being in a relationship if your relationship with yourself ain't right. You have no business being in a relationship if your relationship with yourself is not right. Because all you're going to do is bring somebody else down. It makes absolutely no sense.
This is the way I see it.
Hold on. This is what I always get all the time. I say all the time, you have to date with intention. Do not date with walls up. Do not date with scarcity because it does not help. Do not date with brokenness. You have to be.
Well, when it comes to that, the whole thing is you can sit there and say that all day long. But like I was sitting there saying earlier, if you ain't got a fucking step-by-step manual on how to do that shit, then them words ain't doing nothing but falling on fucking deaf ears. But I'm also going to sit there and piggyback on what Kathleen said. And mind you, a lot of men hate this. But if we're going to go by this certain narrative, then we're going to sit there and put it out there. How many women out there do everybody know that got 4 or 5 baby daddies that all of them on child support, and these men are pissed off because guess what? Now these women are living off of them, and they sit there and think that the only value that they got is they pussy, how many kids they got, because that's how they got to live. That's their version of living off a man without having to sit there and have a headache of a man.
And not only that,
if we're going to sit there and talk about that, that's that same narrative. That, you know what, we as parents, and mind you, I have 2 daughters. Y'all just sat there and saw my 15-year-old. I have one that's 7. Okay. And she just as fucking cute. Well, not right now. She look kind of funny because she look like me. But, you know, she going to grow into her, you know, herself here pretty soon. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want my baby girl sitting here and thinking that she got to sit there and live off of a man just because she sit there and see daddy in the house. Oh, my babies, they sit there and they see me sit there and make businesses. They sit there and they see me sit there and have the time to sit there and deal with them. Go ahead and cook and clean once again. That is because this is a choice. But at any time I decide to sit there and stop doing that shit. You know, it's not gonna make me any less feminine or any more masculine because I decide that I want to sit there and take a break because I need to sit there and work on motherfucking me, and my husband sit there and pick up the slack. And there's been days where that has been the fucking case. And it wasn't because I was sick or anything else. It's just because at the day I didn't fucking want to.
I think that's absolutely great. I don't think what I'm saying is that on that particular subject, everybody doesn't understand when it comes to a wife or a husband, it's not just the title, it's duties. You have to do the duties. Like for instance, if my lady or whatever, I'm never gonna allow my lady to be out there cutting the grass and pulling weeds and all that type of stuff. When I got that, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? She can sit. I don't give a shit if she's on the couch painting her toenail. I got this. This is hot as fuck outside. I got that. That's what I'm supposed to do. Not only that, I'm not going to allow I'm the protector. I'm going to need her to get with the kids to get them the fuck out of the house, and I'll deal with that motherfucker. That's my job. I'm
gonna take her shooting with me so she knows to back me up. Because if I fall, I need her to have my back if I fall. Sometimes
I'm never gonna put my woman in any type of harm's way. If we're talking about kid situation, I need you to get the kids and get the fuck out of the house. I'll deal with that nigga.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
I don't need no Bonnie and Clyde shit. I don't need that shit.
If you fall, right?
Now, I'm the protector.
If she only relies on you, if she only relies on you and only knows what you do, if you fall, now she and the kids are gone because they can't live without you. They need to know the same things. I take my kids.
I'm not
shooting.
saying
take my kids.
I'm talking about duties, bro. I'm talking about.
You just argued with what I just said.
Hold on, Jersey. Hold on. God damn it. What I'm saying is that.
Didn't say no goddamn it. He making a point.
Yeah, goddamn right. I said goddamn it. What I'm saying is that I said GOT.
Hold on. Get a shirt on real quick, baby.
What I'm saying is that
hold on. Before you make your comment, is that at the end of the day, me and my husband both know how to shoot. I gotta stay to your hand. Them motherfuckers coming in here, they gonna get that shit from motherfucking.
I get it. I'm never.
If my husband fall, oh shit, look, they better make sure they knock me out before they get his.
I get it. I'm with.
It's on.
We get it. You right.
No, you don't.
No, what I'm saying is that I would never
like you want them to. And there's danger waiting for them outside.
Thanks.
Listen, if you listen, K-Dot, you got 2 ears. One mouth. Just listen.
Try not to ever put her in that position to where.
Yeah, but listen to what I just said. I teach everyone in my family to shoot. Everyone gets.
That's fine. I think that's
Stop
a great
talking.
thing.
You.
That's
I just shut up
that's
for
what
you.
I'm saying.
I just shut up for
Stop
you.
talking.
I
though.
just shut up for you. You got
what
now.
I'm
It's
saying,
time for
what
you
I'm
to
saying,
shut up.
I
God
hear
damn
what
it.
you're saying. Listen. I hear what you're saying. You're talking
I'm not
about
saying no more because you're not listening.
No, because you. What I'm saying is that I get it.
So
You're
then let
talking
me
about
finish what I'm
training them how to
saying.
do it. I never said anything that you can't train them how to do it. That never came out of my fucking mouth. That's not what I'm saying, Jersey. I'm saying putting them in the fucking position to have to.
K-Dot.
And then, honey, if you get murdered, we are still then put in the position to have to. That's what he's trying to tell you.
Just because you're not gonna put him in a position, don't mean society ain't gonna put him in that position.
I get that. That's something I can't.
So then shut the fuck up and let somebody talk.
You shut the fuck up, nigga.
I did shut up. I shut up and let you talk, nigga. Damn.
Nigga.
I shut up and I let you talk. My turn. So I teach everybody.
It's my show.
Oh my God.
It don't matter.
What I'm
It's
saying
your
is
show.
that
Bye.
Place of ego, K-Dot. You need to stop. Literally, this
it's
is
not
no
my
longer
ego. What I'm saying is that
Sweetheart, you're
I
over-talking
get
your
what he was
friend.
trying to say. He's trying to say that I never stated that you cannot educate your children or any members of your family as far as not training them how to protect themselves. What I'm saying.
You've said that 4 times, and you've said that multiple times on our show. Let him. This is his first time on here. Give him a chance to sit. Okay, regardless, give him a chance to go ahead and speak his opinion. K-Dot, we've said this multiple times on our show, multiple times. We know where you stand, but you can't sit there and try to silence somebody else, and that's literally what you're doing. You're trying to overtalk them.
No,
and honestly, that is a sign of ego, bro. And honestly,
go ahead, just go with your point. Liza, go with your point. Go with your point.
It was him. You can't come from a freaking place of love and understand. Listen, see, you doing it to me right now because obviously it's something you don't want to hear. And honestly, if you don't want to hear, then don't call it a conversation. Because a conversation, you're gonna have to hear shit you don't want to hear.
You gotta let your ego and your opinion go.
No, it's not my ego. What I'm saying is that he's trying to say that you're not. I'm not going to emphasize as far as that. I'm thinking it's wrong for having to teach your family or your children how to protect themselves.
That's not what he was saying.
That's not what he was saying.
That's not what he was saying.
That's actually what he was saying. He was saying.
That's not what he was
You
saying.
weren't listening.
That's
what
go ahead, Road-Dog. Go ahead, Road-Dog.
That's not what he was saying. What he was trying to say is he teaches everyone how to shoot and protect themselves. Instead of you going out and getting yourself killed, and then they're going to be screwed because you're gone. Why not? If she can shoot better than you or as good as you, help you defend the home, is what he was trying to say. So, for an example, if you've got a woman, and I'm going to tell you what, most women are better shot than men. I will tell you, I would actually rather have a woman behind me with a gun than a guy in most circumstances. But what he's trying to say is, instead of her getting the kids and getting the hell out, why not have her go in with you? You team up and shoot the guy, whatever the case has to be done. This way you live and you can carry on with the family instead of you possibly getting killed, her getting away, but then she's screwed once you're gone.
But here's the thing, Road-Dog. Okay, so if that were to happen, right? And if the robber gets both of us, who's taking care of the kids? That's what I'm saying.
That's what we have another family for. But what he's trying to say is,
if they know what happens.
Right, but what he's trying to say is you're going to stand together no matter what the circumstance is. Yeah, he may get one of you, he may get both of you, but you have a better chance of surviving yourself if she's behind you.
Yeah, piggyback off Road-Dog. Like, what if he's not home? What if he's on a vacation or on a business trip and she needs to defend her house? Like, what are you gonna call him and he's in Florida? Like, what if she needs to
I get that. No, I get that.
You know?
And I said I don't have a problem with them. I mean, no, because I'm only one person, right? So
KDOT has made very much quite a few comments in regards to teaching her how to defend herself.
Yeah.
I will back him up on that. He does say that. But in the circumstances of somebody breaks in the house, you both are home, his thing is you're to get the kids and get the hell out, where instead of you coming in and helping him defend the home.
I mean,
if opportunity presents itself, you know what I'm saying?
Well, what about if
there's
there's people outside? What about if there's people out? What about if there's people outside?
Thank you.
You go in to defend, they crawl out a window. Now they're in harm's way, and you're inside with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm trying to say, I would never want to.
Can I say something?
Purposely. Go ahead, Eliza.
Okay, here's my thing. Why can't we do something like the wife go ahead and get the babies to what they consider safety, be it that they might hide somewhere in the house or they might get out the house or whatever the case may be, and then come back down and sit there and, be a unit and have her man's back? Because honestly, at the end of the day, and I'm only speaking for my marriage and my family, okay? I have 8 kids. Mm-hmm. One of my sons is grown. He already know if some shit pop off, that's his job, because I'm standing by my dude all day long. Period. And I'm sorry, but people ain't gotta like it. Once again, I really don't give a fuck. You gonna sit there and come here, baby? He already know to get the kids to safety, and then you calling family, because baby, if you got a problem with one of us, you got a problem with a shit ton of us. Period. So, I'm gonna sit there and make sure my kids are safe. Don't get me wrong, but then I'm coming and I'm clapping back. Period. Because literally in the way I grew up, a lot of times we did this shit because there were way too many times where there were incidences in history where literally, and I'm just going to give a scenario, y'all, a scenario where we had the scenario of Klansmen. They would sit there and come to the home. The man would go outside, and the first thing that they would do is sit there and kill that man and lynch that man. And then you got the woman and the kids. Well, they sit there and they're like, oh, well, you know what? If I didn't want to rape her, she's not even worth it, because what's she gonna do? She doesn't know anything. She don't know how to protect herself. We can come back for her tomorrow. And there's many a times that shit happened. And honestly, look, I understand that history is due to repeat itself if people don't learn the lesson of it. I'll be damned if that shit repeat itself round sure. Okay? That's one. And then 2, whenever you're sitting there and talking about the traditional woman and stuff like that, look, okay, we understand the kind of woman you want. And honestly, she's a beautiful one. The image, she's a beautiful lady. And I hope that you get, I pray that you find the woman you're looking for, and you get every aspect of that you can handle, and then some. But my thing is, if my husband decided to sit there and say I was a modernized woman, and mind you already seen this man. This man loved the fuck out of me. I mean, this man loved me so much I couldn't get rid of his ass if I gave his ass away. Okay. I might not be what it is that you're looking for. That's not to say that our marriage is any less valid. That's not to say that me as a woman is any less. That's not to say that him as a man is any less. We just sit there and have a different type of bond and a different type of unit, and our family sits there and rocks a different way. Kind of like Miss Cosmic sat there and said she'd been with her partner for however long, but they choose not to get married. Not everybody wants to do things the same way. Just because they don't do things the same way that make you comfortable or are what you've seen in a comfortable setting does not mean that that's less than, that's bad, that's wrong, or that's to be talked down upon. That, mind you, the main fight we have right now is there's a whole lot of women that sit there and talk down on men, and then that talk down on Black men. There's a whole lot of men out there that talk down on women specifically, and I'm not going to just say just women or just Black women, but a lot of times Black women. And if we're going to continue to sit there and do this little narrative that she has to sit there and fit in my box for me to sit there and see her as worthy, then you're adding to the problem. And with that, we're never going to get to a place where people can feel open and vulnerable enough to really want to come together, because they're going to sit there and say, oh, well, you know what, for me to be good or accepted, it has to be your version of it or your view. And that's not always the way shit is going to go. That's all we were really sitting here and just trying to say.
What I'm saying is that, well, first of all, I never specified putting anybody in no box. Never said that, not once. Second off, when she did state that particular statement, she was never. I don't think anybody on this panel, on that last panel, judged her situation. That's why you asked the question, so you don't.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked the question, and that's why a lot of these questions I asked a question as far as on posts, because I want to know. I genuinely want to know how people feel on certain things, and some people generalize it as a statement, and it's not a statement. I'm asking a question because the thing is, I don't want to go in assuming shit, because if you go and assume and being like, okay, well, black women do X, Y, and Z, well, no, that's incorrect. You know, you should probably do it's called investigations. It's called asking questions. It's called fact statistic data, stuff like that. You know,
Okay. Well,
not so much going in on necessarily subjective. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Eliza. A lot of the stuff that you project is a lot of and I think we've also clarified that subjective on some things, not objective, because I pay attention to outcomes. What are the outcomes? What is the data right now? You know what I'm saying? As far as that, where our generation,
hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Black women used to be the most married, and used to be the most married in any ethnic group. Used to be.
Okay.
And now I'm starting to see the switch. And the thing is, it is a scary feeling, because we don't value. I just feel like we just don't value family anymore, and that's a scary thing. And it's just like we're just having too many, you know, the whole instance as far as baby dads, baby mamas, and all those type of things. It's not really. Family is not knitted. Family is not two parents in the household. There's not, you know, and I'm speaking off of definitely experience, because I was raised by my mother and my father.
Okay,
and
but
so,
once again, that's your experience, and that's valid.
Jersey stated multiple times he wasn't raised by his father. I have nothing to do with that. I don't know his situation. I have nothing to do, and I'm not dismissing his situation. But at the end of the day, I was raised to be a husband, period. I was raised to be a husband. I'm not sure if I'm anybody's husband yet. I was. But what I'm saying is that I was raised to be a husband, and how to protect my family, and how to be there for my family, and all those particular type of things.
Okay. One, you sat there and made a comment about that you sit there and you ask questions on posts. Here's the thing. You sat there and said that you don't want to assume anything. But my dear, whenever you sit there and you make a post, and I'm just sitting there and I'm not sitting there talking about an exact post. I'm just giving a scenario, because I think you did make this post, but I'm not sure.
Are you asking this a question, or is this a statement? Because I'm challenging.
Hold on, Kata. It's a statement.
Well, hopefully it's an accurate statement, because I'm gonna challenge you on it.
Come on, man.
Literally, I am. I'm gonna challenge you on it if it's fine.
But you know, every single time I go to talk, you're trying to overtalk me, and I mean, honestly, that's rude.
Go ahead, Eliza.
My whole thing is this. Okay, there was a statement that was made. I may be paraphrasing, but you sat there and said something along the lines of men. You know, would you want a traditional woman, or would you want a modernized woman? Right? And I believe that was an actual statement that you made, or that was a question that you sat there and posted. Let me sit there and say it like that, rather. Here's the thing.
So too.
We are even in making that, you are assuming that their version or their idea of a traditional woman is the same as yours. You are sit there and assuming that their idea of a modernized woman is the same as yours. You're not really clarifying down to the T so that they can get an understanding.
Actually, you would be incorrect. You would be incorrect. I didn't make that. I'll tell you what I said, though. That's what I'm saying. Are you making a statement or asking a question? That's what I'm saying. I didn't say that. And that's what I'm saying. You can't go in if you're gonna make an argument, make sure that you have facts behind that, what I actually said. And I did not say that.
Okay, what'd you say? Because I actually remember something on that line.
Right, on that line, but I can tell you what I said.
Okay, then what was it? Give me a second.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. You go into it automatically already having a generalized statement. And that's why I asked the question: are you making, is this a statement, or are you going to make is this a question? Okay, the question that I asked on Facebook was, would you, I said men, I think it was single men or men. I think I just said men. I said, would you rather date a masculine woman or a feminine woman? That's what I stated. I didn't say anything about traditional or modern. I didn't say
there
that.
was one about modernized.
No, there is one, but I didn't ask it in that. I never asked it in that particular. It wasn't what she just said. That's incorrect.
I remember seeing modernized women.
I have said things about modern, but that wasn't the question. That was you. That's okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm correcting you. I just said make sure you have your stuff together because I am going to challenge you on that.
All right, cool.
Did I not say that?
Okay, let's challenge you now. So I feel like you have your perspective on women is one-sided, narrow-minded, and like you said, you grew up with both parents in the home. My parents are still together as well. I grew up with both my parents in the home, and I have a daughter. I have one kid. Okay. Her dad is in her life. We're not together, but I'm not a single mom. I'm single, but I'm not a single parent because he does take very good care of his child. Okay. And I give him that. So. So all these stereotypes around, having kids and baby, it's 2022. Everybody is based off of the individual they are. You base a person off of their individual. Quit trying to put people in boxes and trying to say, well, to be a good woman, you got to be this, and that. Like, nah, because like I said, you can have all that shit and still be fucked up mentally. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what your previous experience it was.
What box are you referring to? You're saying y'all both keep saying I'm putting women in boxes. I don't know. Y'all put
just okay. Let me tell you, like when people respond to your post, like when they're answered, like they'll answer your question. Well, that's not what I asked. No, that's not what you wanted them to say. You know what I'm saying? Just say that. Because they're answering the question from their perspective, just like you're asking it and expecting.
A lot of the times, it's responding back with a question or change the goalpost. And I'm trying to keep it on the actual subject of the question that I'm asking. So when you're talking about that, that's what I'm responding to. They'll move the whole damn the goalpost, or they'll either ask a question with a question. That's not what I asked. I asked the question.
I've seen it where people answered the question from their perspective, and you were like, "No, that's not what I asked. No, that's not what you wanted them to say." They answered the question. And it's not just me; it's multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So it's you obviously is the common denominator.
I just explained. I said they would either ask a question with a question. I want y'all to hear me. Either ask a question with a question, or they would move the goalpost that had nothing to do with the actual question. Those are the only people that I responded to that in that particular way. And I would specify that. And you can go back and look at all the comments. That's what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. I remember what I'm saying. Those are the only two times to where that I would respond and being like, okay, that's not the answer to my question. It is an answer, but it's moving the goalpost. It's not even to the question that was asked. You're totally talking about something else. So when I respond in that particular way, that's what I'm referring to. Go ahead, Colin. Go ahead. You still on mute.
I know that. I mean, that was just all I had to say. I was just like, No,
I was just letting you. Those are the only thing that I'm talking about, and and it's kind of hard because people get. That's why I don't really like the whole text messaging thing. Like if you're trying to get to know somebody, right? And you put a statement or try to ask a question, you don't really know their tone. You're assuming what their tone is. instead of actually speaking to the person, trying to get to know the person, and trying to actually, from their tone, their mannerism, all those type of things. And so that, I don't know, that's just honorable in that. So, but no, I have what I'm saying in femininity is y'all's superpower. It is. I mean, would you disagree?
No, yeah, sex sells. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay, look, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm in the club, right? You know, we chilling, we vibing, me and my girl. You know what I'm saying? Some dude steps on my fucking new shoes, right? I'm heated, right? I just bought these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got it from the store. I'm looking real fly right now. Then I'm like, yo, bro, you just stepped on my shoes. Like, can you watch your step next time? Then he rebuttals and says, man, fuck you and your shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And example of the femininity that I'm talking about is my woman coming up to me and being like, it's not even worth it. Speaking to me in the soft, it's not even worth it. But no, this nigga stepped on my shoes and blah. It's not even worth it. It's not. Matter of fact, not only is it not even worth it, I'm gonna take care of you in the car. Come on, let's go. You think I'm gonna sit there and still
you can't be sitting there and take it.
Listen to my woman. What you talking about?
Nowadays, y'all homeboys be doing the same thing.
Because there's a 50 chance I might get my ass hit, right? It's a 50. There's a 50-50 cent. Look, I might, because this is gonna hurt regardless. If I fight this dude, especially even if I win the fight, I'ma logically think, okay, my woman just said it's not worth it because she's worth it. And I'm going to go ahead and go with what she said. And that's going to feel a whole hell of a lot better, okay? You know what? Fuck these shoes. You have a good day, sir. I'm telling you, you can get anything out of a man using your femininity more than your masculinity.
But we know this.
I'm just saying,
like men, and then women show their femininity to men they like. I mean, nobody's going to go around trying to suck everybody's dick. Like, no,
I'm not. I'm not saying using your femininity to do any of that. What I'm saying, absolutely, I agree, 100%. But
I mean, suck dick, but I'm like, not everybody. Right. I'm very wrong with that.
I'm always talking about
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you got a man. You better be sucking. You better be sucking dick.
Okay. Dude. Tell these.
Now, but if I were to make a post like that, I would get hammered.
But you have female friends that will make that damn post, so you leave
like,
it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Now, if I would have said that in the political debate, I would have been correct.
I'm talking about on the post. How are you supposed to say it on the post to where
exactly you can't. Posts aren't saying it's a statement, so you better write it correctly or
how do you
laughing
emoji. I'm asking.
Put some emojis in there.
Okay. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Visualization.
Okay. I'm asking. I just asked a question because I don't want to go in assuming shit and being like, oh well, if you don't suck dick, Now, I will say this.
I'm gonna join the next one.
I will say this. Yo, bros, hey, if you're not going downtown on your lady, that's some straight bitch shit. I don't give a fuck. I said it right here. I said it. Yep. Sure, you better be pleasing your woman in that area. You goddamn right. I don't know what I think DJ Khaled has said he don't go down on his woman. What the fuck wrong with you, bro?
No.
Not only that, I'm bringing a knife and a fork. Okay.
Look, all I'm gonna say is he can do whatever he want to do, and whatever relationship happened to that big old motherfucker. That's on him.
He got money, but I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
My thing is that motherfucker always walking around looking like he hungry. I don't know. Maybe it's safe that he don't eat pussy. I don't know.
He don't look like he looked like he had several meals.
This is true.
This is true.
No offense to DJ Khaled. No, it's all love, bro. I'm just saying.
Well, he shouldn't be offended by you. He the best, so he be all right.
We should have. You know what, Eliza? We should have a show on that. As far as what do on fellatio.
How? Oh, I have a show on that. Your ass was only there for a part of it, and then you dipped the fuck out. Remember?
When? Oh, because I had to go take my sister to the airport. Yeah. I wouldn't look. Yeah, I ain't trying to mess with her money like that. Come on.
I mean, I feel you. Like I said, I want.
You ain't trying to get me in trouble, and then you gonna be, and then, yep, and I'm gonna hear her yell at you because you ain't gonna be. It's Eliza's fault.
Shit. You can sit there and say that, baby. I got a new budget shit, and
that was a dope ass show, though. That was a dope ass show. That was a dope ass show. And you know what? We can discuss that because remember, I said, what did I say the title was? I said the title of the show is going to be "What skills do you have to something to the effect to keep a relationship? What skill set do you bring to the table as far as keeping a relationship?" And I think that's important. I think we should bullet point.
Well, yeah, we've already talked about sex. A lot of people literally shy away from talking about sex because it's taboo. But honestly,
I don't know why.
Well, hold on. At the end of the day, sex is the glue that keeps a lot of relationships together. Now,
Amen.
It should not be the only thing that keeps relationships together.
You're right.
I think that there's a whole lot of misunderstanding because literally, if you guys are healed together, if you guys are working, if you guys are at that point, then no matter what you do, it's still considered intimate. You can have intimacy by doing something as simple as taking a shower together, washing your hair. You know what I mean? Shit, washing the fucking dishes. I mean,
answer your question, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But honestly, intimacy doesn't have to be sexual. It can be anything. So whenever you already have intimacy and then you add physical contact of sexual nature, yeah, shit, you gonna have motherfucking fireworks every time.
No, and then it's crazy because it's funny that you say that, Eliza, because my cousin had told me once, she was just like, I made my lady come just by simply feeding her food. I'm like, whoa.
Yes. There's been a time that Exile has actually came behind me and just kind of like rubbed my shoulders and my body acted accordingly.
Now, can I ask you another question?
Feel free.
On that particular subject. I do believe there's a lot as far as you guys climaxing. It has a lot to do if you're really feeling this person, if you're in love with this person or something like that, because instead of just the
physical aspect,
the physical aspect as far as penetration and all those type of things, like it's just that helps intensify it, right?
When I answer this, I as far as this part, I can only answer based on my experience, so I cannot answer for all the women. I mean, I'm pretty sure some will agree, some might not. But for me, mine is a 3-part thing. I have to be spiritually connected to you. I have to be physically attracted to you. Okay. And then there's that. And if something is going on with me to where I'm out of alignment, or let's say I have some trauma, because I do have certain trauma that I'm constantly having to clear because memories pop back up, emotions pop back up, etc. Whenever it comes, well, you know what? I'm gonna just put it out there because I mean, fuck, I'll go ahead and be transparent. Well, no, what it is that, there's a lot of women out there that are, victims of sexual assault, that are victims of rape and things like that. And a lot of times, and I am included in that, but I don't care to sit there and talk about mine because I really don't want to. But my husband knows the details in the situation. But for me, whenever we started, I wasn't able to climax because I was holding on to that. And because sex was a physical, it was a physical thing, my brain triggered to the fears of whenever I was physically hurt. So that was a blockage that I had. And I wasn't, for our first 3 years, I wasn't able to get there. And literally, that was around the time I had to sit there and explain to Exile, you know, what happened, who it was, the things that happened, and we had to sit there and work through that.
That makes sense.
And once we were able to work through that, he knew we was able to work through that, because I mean, when I sit there and tell you that shit was so slippery, this motherfucker almost fell out and had to go back in. And he's like, okay, babe, you're good. I said, if you stop, we gonna fight. Keep going.
But see, that's dope, Eliza. That's dope as shit, because I don't. That's so dope that y'all have those particular type of conversations as far as sexual, because I think a lot of couples don't have that conversation because they don't want to offend the other person, or they, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think stop that, y'all. Like, if y'all have a significant other, be honest with y'all. If you're not being pleased in the bedroom, tell them why. Not just, oh well, you just got limp dick or what. No, it's just tell them, you know, or your walls is too whatever. Like, tell them.
It wasn't that I wasn't being pleased. That's not it at all.
Oh no, I'm not saying that you weren't. I'm just saying
that the physical action was still being able to please me, but I had psychological blocks to where I could be pleased, but I was not allowing my body to be able to be fully free. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
I mean, shit, I was still being able to, you know, sit there, and it felt good, and I was able to sit there and get off a little bit. But I mean, you know, getting off versus having getting off and having an orgasm for women is not the same thing. It's not. We can get off, but whenever we get off, our body will sit there and do what it needs to do. But when we have an orgasm, you guys have seen those clips of men that sit there and have an orgasm, and then it'll be so fucking hard. They'll sit there and spray to the fucking ceiling, and it's all over the ceiling, shit like this, and da 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 da. Whenever that blockage was taken out, that's how it was for us, and that's how it's been for us ever since. Like,
I think that's dope. Dope.
It took a lot for me to get there, and.
How long did it take you to get there?
I started doing my healing journey, I want to say some years ago, because we've been married for what, almost 12 years now. I started it, I want to say about 8 or 9, because there was a whole lot of shit that was going on, and my family was dying off. And what really did it for me is I went to this is after my brother died. I went to the graveyard, and I saw only 2 spots left. Well, no, sorry, 3 spots. From my mama, my uncle, and me. In my mind, my mama was going to be there forever. I started having, I started reliving the experience of my brother. Now, mind you, I was in a whole nother state while my brother was in Kansas. And whenever he died, I had a dream that night that literally I saw everything. I saw the police, I saw the cars, I saw the badge numbers. I was with him through the entire experience. And all the way to where his body hit the rocks at the bottom of a bridge. And I mean, every bone in his body broke. And I was there with him. And I even saw his soul come from his body and raise up.
I believe you.
And so it got to the point that after that, and I was pregnant, I couldn't sleep. I was not okay awake. And everything was sitting here, having me bust out in tears. I was angry. I mean, like, I didn't even know I had so much rage to where whenever my husband was trying to console me, I would literally like start to fight him, because I felt like I was confined in and I could not be free. And I needed to get out. Okay. And, you know, at that time, I didn't realize that it was more so my mind that I needed to get out of, because it was just so much. And it got to the point that I started doing my healing right then. The very first thing I did was I had to unearth grief that I didn't even know I had from my grandpa and then my grandmother. And I didn't even know I was still having issues with grief that I've been holding on to. And then I started to release my brother's grief. That one was a bit more intimate for me. So it took a lot more time. But as soon as I did that, my mother died. So then I had to go through the whole process over again. There was a whole lot of shit that happened in between there, but I had to sit there and go through the whole process all over again. So, I mean,
yep. And that's when, it's funny as you say that because, when we first started, and this is when we're on Don and Liz panel. I would never ever really consider you a religious person, more spiritual than anything. And I felt that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why we have a connection, because people can say what they want, We gonna fuss, we brother and sister. So that's what happened. But we leave and even Jersey, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother for real. And he's my manager, so he worked for me.
You need to text him so he can come back in here, and you're probably gonna have to apologize.
I ain't apologizing for shit.
Well, stop letting your pride take over. You a man who yourself from being
a He knows that. He knows that. But plus we got a working relationship anyway. And I think we got to work together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to get him this bag. That's what I'm trying. That's his job. He's my manager. I'm trying to get him this bag. So, and he knows I love him. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. And we from Jersey. That's how we from Jersey. So we, we from Jersey. That's how we get.
Not. Your ass need to apologize, nigga.
We'll fight it out, and then be like, all right, nigga, let's go to the
right.
Let's go to the store. So what you want from the store? You know what I'm saying? That's how we do, and that's how I feel about this Chris Rock and
Will Smith shit.
Will Smith situation. That's why Chris Rock didn't press charges, because LAPD is notified about it. They already have made a statement and stated that we are well aware I guess the offended party that was slapped or whatever is not willing to press charges. But if he does start the press charges, we will do the investigation.
Yep.
Right. And I even think because they can only do but so much as well. Because I think I think Colorado, if they actually see an assault happen or something like that, it's not really up to the patron. And I think regardless, the state's going to take control and prosecute.
And then press charges. Yep. Anyway.
So, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. But LA is a little different. If am I speaking correctly, Red Dog? I don't want to. Road Dog, you there?
Well, you know what?
He's in the foxhole. He's still in the foxhole. Yeah. You can come out and safe. But I do gotta go. But I don't want you to leave without stating your final thought, Miss Queen, and my sister from another mister, and I don't give a shit. Anybody talk better, I'm at your fucking head. Doesn't matter. We gonna fuss, we gonna fight, but at the end of the day, at every show, and that is factual, we always make up and say we love each other, because I love you, girl, no matter what.
I love you too, big head. Just like I do my brother, big head.
Hey, don't be talking about my head like that. It's all right. It's all right.
No, y'all both had a funny shaped head. It's all right.
I do got a funny shape.
He was for alien all the time because his shit would sit there and lean out some.
My barber hates me. I swear to God, he's my cousin. He's like, I hate fucking cutting your.
Man, I feel
you want to embrace it, right? You just fuck it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But my final thoughts are, at the end of the day, whatever happened on there, everybody want to sit there and talk about it. But I mean, I personally feel like that shit was nothing but a fucking distraction. So people can talk about that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not see what the fuck is actually going on.
I agree.
At the end of the day, I really don't care to sit there and really take a whole lot of part in the distraction. Kind of like how I stated earlier. I would rather sit there and focus on sitting there and still doing some of my healing work, because honestly, whenever you start doing your healing work and you realize that there's shit that is coming off your shoulders that you didn't know, you can actually walk light, you start to get addicted to the shit. So I'm at the point where I'm doing a little bit more work, and then after that, I'm gonna start pouring into me, and I can't wait because it's gonna be a new experience. I'm excited. I would rather sit there and focus on that than what two grown ass men are doing behind a woman that, as far as I'm concerned, still ain't had no loyalty.
And before you leave, can you shout out your channel and where people can
sure
put that in the comment section, Ellie, if you can, please.
Sure. I actually have two. I have my Sacred Space, I think that's what I named it because it's been a while since I've been on it. And then I have my Eliza Havoc channel. And honestly, a lot of times whenever we're interacting like this, we're going to go ahead and get more of the Eliza Havoc. I have not sat there and put a whole lot of content on my Sacred Space because I'm still doing the healing myself.
Okay.
And while I'm doing the healing, I'm the person, I'm the type of person that I would rather go through my stuff and then walk somebody else through, because now I'm a living testament and a living testimony to what has actually been done, versus sitting there saying, well, you're going to do it. And then we're both sitting there in the process of trying to find
in the process. You can't really, you want to have the outcome and then having people do work off the outcome that you produce. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And I want to be very clear. When I'm on Elijah's show, if she tells me shut the fuck up, that's what I got to do.
He don't got to do it, but he's.
But I will, because that's her platform. That's his way, and she has a beautiful platform, by the way. And she does have a lot of self-healing things, and I think you should be a sexologist too. I really do.
Honestly, I'm a freak, so there's certain things that I like. And whenever it comes to my man, being that we've already sat there and made sure that the dam was blocking the motherfucking free fall waterfall, the waterfall that we got going on now.
Right.
Hey, I mean, shit, honestly, like I said, this man, all he really got to do is sit there and touch my shoulders and sit there and whisper a certain thing in my ear, and baby, ding, 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 ding.
Or play a certain song.
Road Dog, please go ahead with your final thoughts, and please announce your show, because that does come on tonight. So go ahead, sir.
The thing on the Oscars, I think some of it was fake. My personal opinion, it seemed like it was fake. There was, I think it was kind of staged. There may have been some ad-lib in there, but for the most part, I think it was fake.
Me too.
But I think everybody needs to keep an open mind on different subjects, things like that. Definitely keep in mind that you're not always right about certain things, and definitely go over to the Road and Toe show. Guess who's going to be on tonight?
Who's going to be on?
Mr. Wolf's Den News.
Oh, snap. That's right. That's my guy.
Actually, I talked to him yesterday, got it confirmed. We're trying to get a few other people over there.
That's going to be a dope
tonight, but he will be on there tonight. So we're set.
I will say this, then Road Dog, please send me the link. The only way we send links. Please send me the link, and I will definitely be on the show.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good show.
I think it's going to be.
What he was talking about the other day was like really
interesting. I'm definitely going to watch, because I'm a big, huge fan of the Road and Toe show. The Road and Toe show.
Lately, I've gotten to where I'm only in the background sitting there and watching.
And also,
I'm doing
drama free.
Time, so.
It is drama free over there. Yes. No drama.
Yes.
Go over there for no drama. They will shut your ass down quick, fast, and a damn hurt.
I don't care. And I don't care who you are. How much I like you.
Yep. Yep. That's why when Ross Khan came for me, I was just like, look, man, let's not do it on this platform. I'm not going to disrespect my man's show. I'm not going to do that. We're not going. If you have an issue with me, we can bring the big smoke. You know what I'm saying? Which she failed to, I think, reply or whatever. So I mean, she I guess she don't want that smoke with me. But anyway, I my final thought is, even though these conversations are difficult and we have back and forths and stuff like that on certain situations, as far as modernized women, modernized men, traditional women, whatever, masculine. The ultimate goal is that I feel we need legacy. We need to heal generational curses. We need to heal we also need to build generational wealth. And I think my goal, and I don't think anybody's ever heard this before, my goal is family. That's my goal. That's my goal. My goal is family, whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a large family, so I value that, and so my goal is to unite, have the real conversations, because we have real conversations over here, whether we overtalk each other or sometimes, but it's real. It's not fake. It's not scripted. None of this shit is scripted. None of it.
Right. We would love to be paid to sit there and have fake conversations, though. I'm open for that.
That's the goal.
I would love to be paid.
That's the goal. Me and Road Dogg is working on that. Don't be spilling the beans so goddamn.
I didn't say all that.
You've already spilled the beans about that. We're working on a Riku channel.
We're working on it.
Even then, it's not going to be scripted. It's
right.
Just
It's not right. Very good. We're gonna have those, and I think people connect with authenticity. I know I might be saying that I'm tongue tied right now. Authentic conversations. People are drawn to that because we have real conversations over here, and I know we're making a difference, because now most of my audience members, I would say 90-something%. I think it was like 93%. I had male audience members. Now I have, and it was like 9% women. Now I have like 13% women that watch. So they're having a peeping ear to it, and I think we're having a conversation, and that is the goal: is to have the conversation. And the thing is, this show, yes, it is my show, but at the end of the day, the superstars are my co-host, my panelists, and obviously the people in chat. You guys shine. Y'all make the show. It's not about me. It really isn't. I just have to have a rebuttal to certain things, but I'd rather have y'all shine.
But don't forget, I'm just the producer.
Yeah, he's just. You're not gonna let that go.
You said yesterday.
No, I'm not gonna let you live that one down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And Road Dogg, he knows. He more than produces me. He knows I love that man like crazy. And he has such a soothing voice, because I fell asleep on him
twice actually.
Twice. Oh man.
Honestly, okay, so I gotta be honest, y'all. There was one time I did fall asleep. I had just got done meditating.
On the show?
No, it wasn't on the show.
It
was another time, and I fell asleep, and I felt so bad. I had to call and sit there and apologize for falling asleep.
What, to Road Dogg?
Yeah.
See, and he be catching me on like 14-hour days that I be working, or I be working like 12-hour day, and I'll be like, okay, and it just be like, and then I'd be like, in the morning, and I'd be like, did I hang up? Did we talk?
Right.
To that?
Right. I knew someone right. I knew someone right whenever I woke up, and my phone was there on the pillow. It had just fallen off the pillow. It wasn't on a charger. I had a thing sitting there talking about I got 25% left. I said, oh no, because usually I always sit there and put myself on the charger, and I put it on the other end of the wall so that I'm not getting hit with those that's the 5G. I'm not physically getting hit with it. So no, y'all, I don't have my phone next to me whenever I sleep. And I'm like, oh, no wonder I was feeling weird last night.
Yeah, well,
no, the bad part about it was the first time he called me up, hey, I need you to look something up for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking it up, and I'm actually telling him what I'm finding, and it was like, K Dot, hello, hello. Nope. I was like, yep, he's out.
All I'm asking is, do I snore?
And I'm a deep sleeper too. So I mean, you can throw something at me, and I'm still like knocked out. I mean, you literally have to probably like pick me up and throw me out a window for me to wake up. Wait, why am I in the air? Wait, what is going on? I'm feeling breeze. What is? Oh shit! But that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to thank my special guest, Kylene, Kylan, yes. I'm
yeah, just so you know,
she
had to go back.
I just don't want I don't want to get my ass whooped by it, so I'm just
yeah, you better get her name right.
Well, just so you know, she had to go back to work. That's
okay.
why she fell out.
No problem.
I've actually been talking to her.
And, okay.
She had to get back to work. She works from home.
Okay.
But
yeah.
she is looking forward to another show.
Oh yeah, I just got a message from her. She said that was really fun. So and like I said,
we get out of play. You might as well just take over the Chocolate Woman, Road Dog.
And
that's all we're gonna have on here. Well, sometimes because that ain't all we have on here. But you might as well just took over the Chocolate Woman, Road Dog.
Hold on, he might. I think he got a little somebody, but I'm not gonna put the business out there. But I'm just
call me. I'm details, baby. I'm nosy. I swear to God, I ain't falling asleep. I'm gonna need details tonight. Okay.
And we will not. I apologize for anybody. We will not have a 6-hour show next time. Even Liza was like, "Okay, goddamn it, what motherfucker?"
I did have to leave. I was like, "Oh my God."
That's bad when Liza did that. She was keeping time. I'm like, what? I just wanted y'all to talk. I was just like, fuck it. It's Sunday.
Well, this morning you said, let's go on for about 30 minutes, an hour, talk about what happened, blah, blah, blah. Here we're at. We're only 20 minutes for 4 hours. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting used to this now. When you say an hour, I'm going to figure it's going to be a 7-hour show.
Right.
When you say we got 5 minutes left of the show, I'm going to figure at least another hour.
No, right. See, that's why Road Dog knows me so much. I love him to death. We're actually pushing up on 4 hours, but I gotta go. I love you guys. It's your boy DJ K Dot and Road Dog Media and Eliza Havoc in the building. And shout out to my brother Fat Ninja, Jersey in the building. I love you. I'm gonna call you here in a little bit. And Kylene, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you. Go support her. Lit Tacos. We'll try to have more social media information from her so you can guys can connect with her on that situation. Again, it's not
bring the tacos to Missouri. She got
her tacos is fire. I ain't gonna lie. Her tacos is fire. She does it every Saturday. She has a what is that thing called? A kiosk. So she has a kiosk on Colfax and Emerson. If anybody listening, if you're rolling down Colfax and Emerson on Saturdays, I think she's open from like maybe 12 to 6, somewhere around there. Go and visit her, show her some love. I definitely support Black businesses, small Black businesses over here. We got to support each other. And speaking of supporting, and I know I piss Aztec every time I say this because he says I beg for money. No, you're more than welcome to donate and support the channel. My Cash App is at the end. DJ K Dot $123 DJ K Dot 123 in the Cash App. Eliza, go ahead and plug your Cash App real quick.
My Cash App is honestly Eliza Havoc, all one word. And just $sign Eliza Havoc.
There we go. On that particular note, we out of here. It's your boy DJ K Dot, and I'm out. 1.